on if it makes sense for the story. So we'll just basically, we'll see what happens. Okay, so before we do a recap of last session, I'm just going to explain the campaign setting as a recap for our usual players and then information for our new players. Alright, so actually I might even go over to the big map of Faerun. I was going to get that out, yeah. Alright, so this campaign takes place in Chult. It's a peninsula way off the Sword Coast where most of the 5th edition modules are. So here's a map of Faerun. This is like the north and the south and the east. It's a massive area of Faerun. There's Waterdeep here. Icewind Dale up the top. There is Am down to the south here. Moonshae Isles, and Anarok Desert. Baldur's Gate. Elturel. All these popular locations. Right now, Chult, it's like way off this map. This map is not to scale. It's more than 20 feet away. But it's like I think it's like 400 or 500 miles or something southwest of Baldur's Gate. It's not even on this map. It's like further south than the Moonshae Isles. And that's where the campaign takes place. Chult is like it's a jungle. It's a very, very thick, dense jungle. It's got intense humidity, and it's largely uninhabited by civilized folk. It's home to dinosaurs, and where there were once great civilizations and cities of ancient times in Chult, that was a bygone era. Now Chult is just a thick, wild jungle. There is only one actual major settlement. That's Port Nyanzaru, the capital. And there's also some outposts here and there. Chult is largely unexplored, and there's not even any current maps of the entire peninsula. It actually used to be an island, and then when the two worlds converged in Faerun lore, it actually became a peninsula. So this is Chult, as you guys can see. So Port Nyanzaru is up the top, and it's a port city. It's home to these merchant princes, and I'll get into that in a second. This is Lantern. This is like where all the gnomes used to live, and they're like they invented like firearms in Faerun, Lanternese wizards. But during the spell plague, like they had all this black powder, and basically Mistra made it go boom, and poof, and it wiped out most of the inhabitants of that island. Now this is actually the most up-to-date map of Chult in existence, thanks to the adventurers of this party. When it was handed to them, it was not quite as detailed as this. There were many locations that were not yet discovered, and the party have been working on trying to explore Chult and try and map it as they go. But that's not the purpose of the campaign. It's not to map Chult. Now the reason why everyone here is here in the jungle is a reason that is shared with everyone that would be trekking in the jungle, and that's to stop the death curse. So there is a death curse afflicting Faerun. Anyone who has ever died is slowly withering. Day by day, if they've died and been resurrected, I should say, they're slowly withering. Day by day, they deteriorate into an untimely death. So many powerful adventurers, powerful wizards, anyone who has ever died and been brought back from the dead is afflicted by this awful disease. Not only that, anyone who has died since this plague has broken out is not able to be resurrected, and this has the clerics of Faerun baffled. There is no explanation as to why they cannot bring back the dead. So this is a major crisis in Faerun. And all of the factions of Faerun, the Harpers, the Zentarum, the Lord's Alliance, the Emerald Enclave, they've all been working together to try and find out what is causing this disease. And the Harpers were actually the first ones to learn that they believe it is a necromantic artifact called the Soulmonger that is the cause of this death curse. and that it is somewhere in Chult. They've narrowed it down to Chult, but they're not sure exactly where. They're not sure exactly what the artifact is. It could be a creature, it could be a small gemstone, it could be a coffin, it could be anything. No one knows. And the Harpers have been actually employing adventurers. Dozens of adventurers. You guys are not the only ones out in Chult trying to stop this death curse. In fact, I think the party met the Company of the Yellow Banner, another formidable adventuring party that actually headed out into the jungle before everyone else. So, Avon and Jasmine, I'm going to say that you guys are a part of the same adventuring party. And you started off your journey in Port Nyanzaru, as everyone does when they come to Chult to try and stop the death curse. Because the death curse has been active for 44 days now. So you started in this bustling port town where dinosaurs are just commonplace. And you were employed by Sindra Sylvain, an archmage, a wizard, very renowned wizard of the Harpers, who's actually a retired adventurer now. Sindra has been afflicted by the death curse, and she is gravely ill. And she is offering a reward of a rare magic item of your choice to anyone, every single member of an adventuring party that can stop this curse. And she's paid you a small sum, which would be that starting gold that you had, and that was about it. But she doesn't give you any special attention because there are dozens and dozens of adventurers trying to stop this death curse. So you're one of many. So she's employed you, and Avon and Jasmine, you guys were looking for some scouts to help you navigate the jungle, because it's very easy to get lost in the jungle, and if you don't know what you're doing, then you can easily die. But you've actually joined two members of the Emerald Enclave, a faction in Faerun that are dedicated to balance, and they protect animals as well. And obviously, they want some sort of semblance of balance brought back to Faerun with this by stopping this death curse. So these two elven sisters you found, their names are Zindra Moonbow and Goldleaf. Just Goldleaf. Goldleaf, that's it. That's all you know her by. So Zindra Moonbow and Goldleaf. They're scouts. They're both wood elves. They're members of the Emerald Enclave, and you've been journeying with them for about a month now. You've encountered undead, dinosaurs, and other hostile creatures throughout your journey. And you've been searching for a source of the death curse. And you've just come across, as sun has set on this very day that you're traveling, you've just come across this giant plateau. It's about 1,800 feet high. It spans way above the jungle canopy. And there is a sheer cliff face on one side and a switchback road cut into the other side of the plateau. And you guys are, whether you're planning to head up there or not, things change dramatically. You're probably planning to actually make camp at the base of it somewhere, find a clearing and start a fire and make camp. However, the two elven sisters, as they were just setting up the camp, they were snatched. These terror folk snatched them up. They look like pterodactyls, but they are humanoid. And they're huge. They're about 10 feet tall. And they're very vicious. And when they dive, like when they dive in for their prey, they actually kind of terrify people and they can frighten people. So as you guys tried to help the elven sisters, you guys got a bit spooked. And the terror folk grabbed them and took them atop the plateau. So you guys quickly moved to make your way up the cliffside of Mbala to find the sisters, as you were worried for their well-being, of course. And that took you like 3 hours to climb the plateau, and by the time you've reached the top, it's pitch black, and you've seen a bit of light, and you've heard some fighting, and you've traced this at the very top of the plateau, and you've traced that to a small chimney cut into the top of the plateau. You've climbed down, and you've just kind of jumped out of this chimney. You've landed in a cave, which is cut into the sheer cliff face of Mbala. And there are a group of adventurers here fighting these terrorfolk. And that's where we're going to be starting today's session. Inside that cave, fighting the terrorfolk. Jasmine and Avon, you guys haven't had any encounters today, so you're at full strength. We won't do like character introductions right now. Let's just get this fight out of the way, and then you guys can introduce one another to each other. So we're going to you guys can roll initiative, Jasmine and Avon.
Yeah. First of all, I can't see anything, and yeah.
Over here. Should be. Nope.
You're big.
That's strange.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know why it didn't save your... Let me fix that up. It didn't save your stats. You can see now though, right?
Yep.
Okay, let me fix that up. So it saved your token. And you go ahead and roll initiative as well, even. We're already in the middle of combat, so you guys will just be acting on your initiative count. And then when it's your guys' turns, I'll just explain to you what you see and what's going on.
Hey, Tarek's here.
It's nighttime, so... Is Tarek here? Okay. Well, when he jumps in, he can jump down that chimney as well. Alright, so, alright. We ended the session with Talum failing a death save, quotation mark. So what's going to happen is he's going to fall. And just as he falls, he swings by Millhouse, and he quickly just like grabs like Millhouse to try and like grab him, and so I don't know, to shelter him or something, to try and break his fall. And he actually pumps 25 points of laying hands on Millhouse, and then he vanishes into the darkness below. Alright, if you're here, Torig, you can just roll initiative. I just finished basically explaining what's going on, so I'm not going to be doing that again, but you can just try and follow what's happening. There's not going to be a whole lot of context for you, unfortunately. Alright, so there are terrorfolk. So this is like for Jasmine and Avon, this is like a sheer drop-off. This is like a small cave, about 7 foot in diameter, cut into the cliff face, and it's just a sheer drop 1,800 feet down, so you do not want to go out there. And there are a number of terrorfolk fighting these adventurers in the cave, and there are more flapping about outside. And Millhouse, one of them actually dives in at you as you become conscious. I think I said that you're going to be 500 feet down, Millhouse, but I'm gonna allow you to just be that distance away from the cave. But you're not out of trouble yet, because that terrorfolk comes diving in at you. He takes a dash action, and you're actually kind of upside down in the air, but your wings have broken your fall now. Alright, Orion, you're up.
Alright, I'll bite at this one.
There's two large terrorfolk. They've kind of perched their legs on the lip of the cave, and they're using their wings to kind of cover the exit.
Alright, here we go. I'm still raging, right? We're all...
Yep, you're raging. I think that's the only actual status that's going on with everyone at the moment.
Well, shit.
It's a mess. And that's a hit. You chomp onto the Terrafolk's arm, it's digging your teeth in deep. Blood drips down its arm. Take a bite out of it.
I heal 3, and that's it.
And you take a nice chomp. So Avon, there is a basically a chimney in this cave. The chimney is about 20 feet high, and so you've kind of jumped down off the ground here, and you've come around the corner, and you look over in this direction. You see 5 of these Terrafolk fighting some adventurers. One of them is highlighted. Is he? He's not anymore. He does not have fairy fire on him. Alright, well, he's not highlighted. But yeah, there are 5 Terrafolk here. So
Okay.
these are the guys. These are the ones that took. These are the creatures that took the 2 wood elf guides of yours.
And I see. I mean, we don't see Petra. Petra has fallen or
Petra is
dead. Or
she's in the hands
grasp of this one.
Yeah, she's in the hands of this Terrafolk. So when you look out towards the cave, you just kind of see darkness beyond these 2 Terrafolk. But in this one's hand, yeah, it has a human female, and she's basically dangling off the edge. So if this one were to die, she would fall.
Distress. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I am going to cast Spiritual Weapon on this one right here.
Alright, yeah, you can see this one's already suffered some injuries. It's beaten up. And
you probably don't have a form of this, but it would take the form of the old-timey scale. Perfectly balanced.
alrighty.
Left and right side.
Sort of like a pair of nunchucks. But balanced nunchucks. The scales just slam into the Terrafolk's head and knock it to the ground. Dead.
Nice.
You hear its neck snap.
And for my action, I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead.
Alright, you guys hear a Dolores bell ring out through this cave. And the Terrafolk shakes its head. It kind of has just like these hollow cavities for ears on the side of its head. And suddenly its eyes become dark. Shadows kind of cover its face, and necrotic tendrils work their way up its neck. The Terrafolk starts coughing, and it looks violently injured. I just realized I accidentally put you up too high there as well, Avon. You're on 14 for some reason. I put you up too high. Man, what did you get? No, you got 20. Oh, you rolled twice for some reason.
I rolled a 20, but I didn't have my token.
Okay.
Like that.
So you were on 20. Alright. Okay, this Terrafolk, it turns around and sees Jasmine and Avon, and it yells out to the others, "We're being attacked by behind!" in common. And it's actually going to break away from Orion, provoking an opportunity attack. And it's going to come in at you, Avon.
Ooh.
Alright, Orion, you just bite onto a wing and you rip out a big chunk of wing flesh. The Terrafolk is injured. It still hovels away though, and it comes in at Avon. It has a massive javelin. It's basically a large, sharpened stick in its hand. And it just leaps at you, Avon, trying to stab you with that javelin. And it directly hits you. It tries to impale you. Luckily, your armor protects you, but you do take 13 points of piercing damage. Welcome to the campaign. And you need to die better, the Terrafolk says. And then it tries to stab you again. And it misses. Alright, there's a couple of Terrafolk fluttering outside, and one of them just suddenly squeezes into the cave. He kind of flies in and perches here, whooshing by you, Orion, as you're biting the other one. And as it goes by, it's going to claw at Orion, so it kind of drags its left claw across you guys as it's flying. So claw at Orion. That misses. A claw at Yazo. That misses, and then it's going to turn around to slam its beak towards Yazo. And the beak hits you. It just pokes you for 4 piercing damage. And it just perches in the cave. It kind of really stands up high, and its head almost touches the ceiling. It spreads its wings out to make itself look fierce. Yazo.
Okay, I will move to here.
When you do, this Terrafolk is going to try to bite you again. And he misses.
And I'll stab this one. I say, "Come on, Orion."
We gotta get to Petra.
Alright, some words of encouragement. Alright, do a green flame blade, and that hits. Alright, you sneak attack the Terrafolk. You pierce it through the neck. It almost kills it. It lets out a ungodly roar. Ah! And then that fire just erupts over the Terrafolk, and it drops, falls out, disappears into the darkness below.
And then I'll splash the next one next to the same thing or not.
What did I do
is that
there?
right?
I've got too many. I don't know why I did 2 damage types. Let me fix that one up for you.
Give me a sneak
Let me
attack.
just test it. I fixed it for you last session, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's try this. That's right. Okay. Anyway, that was... I'll just take that first damage roll. 7. So 7 points of green flame wash over onto that Terrafolk, and it's looking hurt. It's kind of dangling backwards. Petra is just dangling over this great drop, and the Terrafolk is looking bloodied.
Okay, so then I'll go here.
Alright, Millhouse, you've just come to. You look around, you're kind of upside down. You've got a Terrafolk coming in to melee with you. You can use 15 feet of your fly speed to right yourself in the air.
I will do so.
Talon has disappeared into the darkness below, as well as a few Terrafolk.
And this one here. Alright, and I guess I'll just slap away at this one next to me. Can I make it to cave?
You would have to dash, but yeah, you could make it in the cave.
Alright, that's what put me down last time.
Alright, there's just one Terrafolk. It's actually
You know,
actually more hurt than that, because I doubled them up on the map. And Orion's kind of just here behind this Terrafolk inside the cave.
Yeah, I'm going to attempt to dash in.
Petra's in this one's hand as well. Okay, you can dash in. It'll be, you've got 45 feet left. The Terrafolk is going to try to hit you with a javelin. He managed to scrape the javelin across you.
Shield that.
Alright.
I'm going to shield it.
So when the javelin scrapes across you, it doesn't do anything. Your shield absorbs the damage, and you're able to get in the cave. So what was that? 15? And then
Yeah,
that's 20. Take a look inside the cave. It looks like there are some other adventurers here, aiding your allies.
Yeah, made it.
In here, the cave ceiling is between 15 and 20 feet high, roughly triangular shaped.
Can I fly over these ones here?
There's no room. Yeah, there's room over the top. You'd have to expend 10 feet to get up there, but then yeah.
Alright, I don't think I have enough movement then.
Alright, this Terrafolk is, it just roars. Gah, you creatures! We should have just picked you off one by one! Now look what you've done! And it just throws its javelin away, and it's going to just start clawing. Like, it's got Petra in one hand and it's clawing at Orion with the other. And it just furiously slashes you across the face for 6 points of damage. It's going to claw at you again. Ha 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 ha! Do you feel that? And it slashes you for another 3. And then it tries to peck your eye out with its sharp beak, but that completely misses. Alright, Jasmine, you're up.
Okay, so can't use my ranged weapon because in melee, so I'm gonna take 2 sword attacks at this Terrafolk.
Alright, when you do your attacks, just do 1 first, and then roll damage, because something might happen in between your attacks. For example, you might kill this one, and then you might change your mind for the second attack. But
yeah, okay.
That's fine for now. Alright, that first one hits, second one is a miss. Alright, you draw the short sword, and you stab towards the Terrafolk, and you kind of just catch it across the arm slightly. It's quite badly hurt. Blood is dripping all over the bottom of the cave.
And that is it.
And you're Gloom Stalker, right? You should get an extra attack. You should get a 3rd Dread Ambusher attack that does extra 1d8 damage.
Okay, yep.
Because it is your first turn of combat.
Yeah, rolling that D8 extra now.
You you have to hit first, so you got a 3rd attack. You've done 1, 2. You've got 1 more attack. That hits. Alright, you hit it once more for 5 damage, and the Terrafolk is still standing, albeit barely. It's very badly injured. And
okay, now that's it.
Alright, when your turn is done, click your token, and you'll see a little button at the top of your screen that says EOT. Just click that, and it'll move it on. That's the one. Alright, Petra, you need to make a death saving throw. You're unconscious. And second failure?
Oh, Petra.
Right.
Yeah, that's a fail. And I'm just mumbling there as I'm unconscious. I am Nene.
You see Petra in a very bad state. Everyone else sees her like close to death. Right, as you've flown in up to this Terrafolk mill house, it's going to jab at you with a javelin. Get back! Out! 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 And the javelin just bling, bling, blinks off of your armor. Alright, Turek, you've just... Oh, you'll be here. You've just climbed down this chimney, and you take a look around the corner, and everyone's fighting Terrafolk over here. You're in a cave.
Turek is going to cast Frostbite on the... What's it called that he sees?
Okay. Alright, an icy wind starts to surround the Terrafolk. And as it does, it just starts to cut these freezing lines across its body. And the Terrafolk just screeches a little bit, and then icicles impale its neck, and it collapses onto the ground dead.
That was my... And... I am now going
You're a
to
goblin,
turn
right?
into
So your movement's
What's that?
20, 25?
No, it's 30.
Oh yeah, I always think goblins... I forget that the player one is 25. It doesn't make any sense, but yeah. I mean, sorry, the player one is 30 and the actual monster is 25. Continue.
Yeah, it says it's 30. I mean, I could pull it up and check. I'm pretty sure it's 30. But I would turn into a Deinonychus now.
Okay.
And that's move, action, and bonus action. So that's...
Okay. There is another Terrafolk outside, and it's going to fly on inside. It, let's see how far it needs to move, actually. It might have to dash. Yeah, it's going to take the dash action, and
Well,
it's
they
gonna...
go petrifolk.
It flies in here, so it provokes from a millhouse. I guess it won't fly by you, yeah, so it'll land here. So, oh no, everyone's used their reaction, so never mind. It dashes. It seems to desperately want to get back in the cave, so it just squeezes through, flies in, pushes through, pushes other Terrafolk out of the way, and plants its claws on the ground.
So, do I get an attack mode or not?
Well, you used your reaction already, so no.
What? Sorry, what did I use my reaction on?
Shield.
For shield.
Shield's a reaction.
Ah, shit.
Orion. Hello?
Sorry, I've been talking and I just muted myself, so sorry. I'll swing out around the Terrafolk to get to Petra, and I'll pull out the Keog Tom's ointment. I don't really know how to pronounce it.
Right.
Can I apply the healing thing to Petra while she's grappled?
Alright, I know you've been looking for an excuse to touch Petra, but this is not the time. She's unconscious.
For the oils.
Yeah, it can be swallowed or applied to the skin. It's an action.
I will do that.
What are you doing? Are you feeding it to her, or are you lathering her with it?
I am lathering her lovingly.
Describe in detail, please.
like applying sun lotion.
Alright, Petra, you heal 2d8 plus 2 hit points. And you open your eyes to find yourselves in the hand of a Terrafolk, Orion rubbing you up, and you kind of smell faintly of aloe. So,
Is that 2d8 plus 8?
yeah. Alright, 2d8 plus 2, sorry. So, 10. You heal for 10. And there are still 3 doses left of that restorative ointment.
Alright. And I'll be ready to catch her if she is released.
Okay. You're also prone, Petra, so you're being dangled upside down by your legs. Avon, you're up again.
All right. You'll notice that he's wearing black glove, gonna forego the short sword, gonna hold his hand out, and he's gonna try to hit this one right in front of him.
Alright, you cast Vampiric Touch, your hand just
Concentrating.
glows with like a red light, and you just press it onto the Terrafolk, and all of these red tendrils of energy transfer from the Terrafolk to you.
Actually, half of them, but yeah.
Yeah, you get 6.
And
Yeah.
I will bonus action attack that one with the spiritual weapon. Don't think it needs to move.
Yeah, it's there. It's
I'll
under
have
there
to get
somewhere.
myself back to the spell slot. I've got to make an attack.
That's all good. Alright, the scales, they just kind of spin around, whack the Terrafolk in the head a couple of times. There's an explosion of force energy, and the Terrafolk's just stumbling around. Alright, this Terrafolk that has made its way in, it just roars, and tries to impose itself upon Yazo and Millhouse. Ah! And slashes down its claws at the same time. One at Yazo. That misses, and one at Millhouse. That misses, and then it swings its beak towards Yazo, trying to impale him. And they've got accurate beaks, what can I say? Direct hit.
Yeah.
It sinks into you for 13 piercing damage. And
Hey,
you're up.
Dwarven hit points are keeping up. My go?
Yeah, you're up.
Okay. Now, I don't know who these people live in the north. I know who Millhouse is. I mean, he hasn't got a good beard like me, but I will help him out, so I'll stab that way.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
I'll splash the one on the top.
that's a hit. Alright, cast Green Flame Blade. Direct hit. And you almost kill the Terrafolk. It's barely hanging on. And then the
Splash them
fire,
off.
it explodes, alighting the other Terrafolk, and it just... It falls down to the ground. This green flame dances on its corpse.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go. I haven't used my bonus action, so I'm gonna disengage the bonus action.
Sure.
So where's the end of the cliff?
You're standing on it.
Okay, so I'm just gonna stand here.
Where you're standing, you look out about 2 or 3 feet ahead of you, and it's just a sheer drop off, and you see basically darkness. That's it. You can't even see the jungle canopy or nothing.
I'll step back one.
Okay, good idea. All it would take is a shove, and you're gone. All right, Millhouse.
Or a beak.
I will attack this one.
That hits. The hand axe is embedded straight into its neck. Blood sprays out all over the cave, and it falls onto the ground, dead. You come around and slash towards the Terrafolk. The blade of your magically enhanced axe slits its throat. It saunters backwards before resting on this wall. Its head tilts down and blood just paints its body. Alright, this Terrafolk just is very angry, and it starts shaking Petra. Ah! How did you get back alive? You're supposed to be my food, and my food's supposed to be dead! And it just squeezes you with a claw, Petra. Has advantage because you're prone. And it squeezes its claw into you hard. You take 3 points of slashing damage. And then it's going to try and peck Orion. Get! That misses. It tries to bat Orion with a claw. That misses. It turns around. And it's going to just say to you all, when the others return, you're dead! And then it starts flying off with Petra, provoking from Orion. It has no reason to stick around.
It's like Dragon Slayer.
Alright, you chomp it. It only gets 25 feet out of the cave. You bite at Orion, and it's still alive, but it's almost dead. Jasmine, you're up.
I'm gonna sprout my wings and fly after that Terrafolk, being an asthma.
Everybody
Alright.
got bloody wings.
Alright, so you guys see Jasmine, and she sprouts. What do your wings look like, Jasmine? Are they like sort of, what color are they like feathered wings or bat wings?
Yeah, they're feathered wings, but black with a blue tint in them, and a very vibrant, I wouldn't say quite fluorescent red, but just bright enough to tell that it has a streak of red in the feathers.
All right, and I think that's like gives you like 30 feet of movement speed. 30 fly.
Yeah, but I'm dashing after it, so that's like 60 in total.
Is it an action to get the wings or bonus action for you?
I think it's bonus action.
I'm not sure with Scourge. You'll have to
Fallen.
Oh, Fallen. Fallen ASMR. Let's see. I thought it was an action, but I could be wrong. I can look it up for you. Anyway, just take your move first. So you'll go 30 feet. And then I do think it's an action. I'll double check though. I could be wrong.
It is action.
Yeah, it's an action to do that, Jasmine. So
Okay,
you'll
yeah.
go 30 feet.
Then I'll use my bonus to dash.
You're not a rogue, so that's a rogue ability to dash. So you only go 30 feet this turn.
Yeah.
Alright, you start chasing after Petra, who's being taken away by the Terrafolk. So action, movement, any bonus action that you want to take?
I don't think I do, being a Gloom, Stalker, Ranger.
Yeah. You might have Hunter's Mark or something. But
yeah.
if you're done, then hit the end of turn button and we'll keep the combat rolling.
Yeah, Petra can like attack it or something. Who knows?
Yeah, you hope that Petra can free herself. Alright, Petra, so Terrafolk's dangling you by the legs and just flying off into the darkness with you.
Do I know if I kill it, its grip would release me, or if it would just get stuck and I would?
It'll be if a grappler is incapacitated, the grapple is broken.
Okay, so I just yell at him, bad touch, and I will magic missile.
Yelling at him or Orion, bad touch?
At him, and I was going to cast at a higher level, but the thing didn't prompt.
Alright. Yeah, I think that one, it doesn't prompt you or something. Anyway, you just point your hand at it, and there's just a massive explosion of this bright white energy. It just blows the Terrafolk back, and the grip is released, and he disappears, and you don't even hear him hit the jungle canopy below for a good like 10 seconds. And that's the end of combat. They're all dead.
You good, Petra?
For right now, let me just fly back to land because
Yeah, let's get in the cave.
She's still upside down when you ask her that, so she can like start beating those wings and right herself. Okay.
Who the fuck are you?
Nazai.
I know who you are. The person with wings flying next to you.
Oh, yeah. I just place myself back down on the ground and say, "My name is Jasmine. It's a pleasure to meet you."
Nice to meet you too. Good fighting, Moose.
yes, thank you, thanks for the help.
Yeah, that would have been bad if you hadn't shown up.
Yeah. You're most welcome.
I thought I was doing alright.
Yeah, we've been fine. Wait, Turig, you're here! I run over to the dinosaur, and I hug the dinosaur.
Don't mind him. He's just happy to see our little green friend.
Alright, it starts pissing down with rain shortly after this, and you guys just see a little bit of a few splashes dancing across the lip of the cave. A cold and refreshing wind kind of blows through, and there's a small campfire here. The wind causes the light to dance wildly across the walls, where you guys feel a certain level of almost comfort. It's kind of you'd almost call it cozy in here if it were not for your circumstances. And alright, you meet each other. So let's do character introductions. You can say a few words about yourself, what you'd say to someone you just met, and you can describe what your character looks like. We'll go around the table in the order that everyone's logged into Roll20, starting with Orion.
Orion is a very, very hairy, human-looking person. He's a shifter. He is a barbarian. He's dressed in furs. He's like 5'10", reddish-brown hair.
And Petra.
Petra is a human sorceress. Pretty much, she's wearing a hooded cowl with normal clothing. She comes from Baldur's Gate, and she right now hates the jungle and hates gravity.
Does she have any tattoos?
Yeah, she has the one tattoo, which is of the moon.
And Turig.
You see a little Batiri goblin who has a mask strapped to his face whenever he's not in dinosaur form. He also has a very ornate necklace that looks like he has dragon scales on it. And he has a really close bond with Orion.
Millhouse.
Millhouse is a short little rock gnome. He's a tinkerer of magical and mechanics as well. He's, as you can see, his experiments don't always go as he plans with his wild blasted back hair. And that is Millhouse.
I think you actually lost your hand axe as well, Millhouse, if I recall last session. I think it fell. Or you threw it or something. Anyway, you can make another one. Alright, Yazo.
So Yazo's a dwarf with a breastplate on, fantastic beard, very shiny, almost unnaturally shiny. Looks a bit shady as well. Obviously, he's trying to cover his face a little.
Okay. And Avon.
Avon is a rather disheveled wood elf. Copper skin, brownish, tangled hair, startling green eyes. You notice he carries a shield with the same scales that I was talking about. One scale black, the other white. And the scale, instead of having a stand, is being held by a skeletal arm. He's got the same thing on a necklace about his neck, and he has another necklace comprised of large reptile teeth of some sort.
Alright. And your traveling companion, Jasmine.
She is quite curvy and voluptuous for some females of her kind, and yeah, even though with her age, you think that being near 100 would be considered old in human years, but it's more like mid-20s in her asthma years. So yeah, you could say she's mid-20s, and very vibrant, very angelic, with gold pupilless eyes.
Alright. So, you guys have all met each other and been thanked for the help, I guess. You find yourselves in this small cave. You also notice that Millhouse, Orion, Petra, and Turig have feathered wings sprouting out their backs like an Aarakocra. So Avon and Jasmine, obviously you guys didn't come here to try and save their asses. You came here to find the elven sisters, Zindra Moonbow and Goldleaf. And even when the heat of combat is kind of worn off, you see something quite gruesome in the corner of this cave to the northwest.
What's that?
It looks like a body. It's kind of the vague outline of it. It's dark in this cave, so you're kind of seeing in black and white. Well, you are seeing in black and white and in dim light. You go over and you see two partially eaten bodies. One is of a lizard folk, and the other is of an elf whose skin has been completely flayed. And then there are a big pile of bones that have been picked clean in amongst the bodies. There's also a single discarded backpack near them, and the backpack is one of the ones that Zindra Moonbow used to carry.
So we had a long rest or short rest?
Neither. We have to get moving. They said that the more will be back soon.
Yeah, this is like immediately after the fight. It's like 5 minutes after that fight has finished.
How am I going to get out of here? Unless you're going to fly me out again.
Well, isn't that the other exit?
Yeah.
Didn't the hag say that there were two?
Yeah.
For the detective.
In the ceiling, about 20 feet above you, there is a chimney. It's wide enough for a small creature or a medium-sized creature who's only wearing light armor or less to fit down.
I'm good at
Lift
this.
it up.
Me can climb people out.
We have wings, dude.
I'm wearing medium armor. Do any of these Terra folk have any light armor on them?
Terra folk? They don't wear armor. They're naked.
How heavy would a body of the Terrafolk be?
200 pounds, maybe more. They're huge. They're 10 feet tall. They're quite muscular.
Could I lift it with somebody else's help with our wings?
Didn't we come here to find something though?
We came here to kill the Terrafolk and bring the hag one of their bodies. If we do that, she'll give us the location of Mbala.
You need to count your spell slots up,
Okay.
Jasmine.
So just pick me up and just get out of here.
Well, we got to take one of the bodies back. Who can help me lift this thing?
Yeah, if your carrying capacity equals 15 times your strength score, so whatever that is, minus your carrying weight, and that's how much more you can carry. I
See,
think a couple of people could. No, it's not. It contains all of your food and supplies, insect repellent, rain catcher, everything that you guys need to survive your survival days out in the jungle. That's probably one of the other reasons that you wanted to come here. So you get all that stuff back, and it just for the ease for ease sake and continuity, it's the same resources as the rest of the party. They're all combined. How many days you can survive in the jungle, which is about another month's worth. About 30 days, 10 days. Alright, so there's all that in there. Plus, there is the pay that you guys paid the sisters, which was 3 gold pieces each, because you guys are stingy. And there is a silver dagger. It was Zindra Moonbow's lucky silver dagger that she always took everywhere she went.
Cool.
And a single potion of healing. So, gold pieces, someone may as well take. You may as well just take that Avon. Potion of healing. I mean, you may as well just take all 3 of those things. Even there's no like real party loot in this game. They kind of is, but they kind of isn't. It's just because there's no like bag of holding, and you're in the jungle. Everyone has to kind of carry their own stuff. I think Orion carries most of the stuff, but most items you just add straight to your inventory.
So can I green flame blade and then offhand if I had 2 daggers?
No, green flame blade is a spell, so you're casting a spell.
But-
2 weapon
okay.
fighting, you need to take the attack action.
Okay.
You need to be holding 2 light weapons. All right,
So I don't need dagger.
yeah, silver dagger could be good against fighting a were creature or a devil. Other than that, it's worth an extra 100 gold pieces. So add those 3 items to your inventory, Haven. And you guys have basically you've all got what you came here to get, which was for the rest of the party to slay the Terrafolk for Nanny Poo Poo, and Avon and Jasmine to get your supplies and find out what happened to the Elven sisters. Now you don't have any guides or any scouts to get you through the jungle.
So who's got to go for the... So to get out of here, I've got to go through this hole, basically, yeah?
Well, or you can wait here while we carry up this body, and then we'll come back for you.
Do you really need the whole body? I thought
Yes.
you just needed like its head.
No, she wants to eat it.
Me will take a body. I turn into before I turn into a giant spider. I say me will take body, and me will get people. And then I turn into a giant spider, pick up a Terrafolk body, and start climbing the outside wall.
Okay. You very, very quickly skittle up the sheer cliff face. It's about 80 feet to the top of the plateau. You get covered in rainwater and you drop the body atop the cliff face. Oh yeah, I forgot to award you guys experience as well. 440 for that fight.
Alright, Yazo, we'll hop on then.
So much experience.
Okay,
total.
hopping on.
Yeah, someone could post the total. I'm not sure what it is.
I got it.
Alright, so yeah, you guys can
Thank you.
right, do you guys say anything to Jasmine or Avon? Like ask them like what they're doing or anything like that? Or vice versa?
I take it you came up here to rescue those 2, and I point at the 2.
It's too late.
Yes, it is too late for one of the Elven sisters, but we don't know where the other one is.
No one somewhere.
Well, there are a pile of bones mingled around with those corpses that have been picked clean.
Can I have a look for the navel of the moon anywhere between these?
You do not find the sacred artifact, the navel of the moon, in those bones. It's a big bunch of bones. You can see that they've actually been roasted upon closer inspection. And most of the meat's been picked clean off of them. If you wanted to like see what sort of bones they are, or like, you know, how long ago this person died, or etc., it would be a medicine check. Don't forget, I'll describe things, but it's up to you guys to examine things more closely. I won't volunteer that information to you guys.
I will attempt it. Do you have to be trained, or
No.
I can do it untrained?
Anyone can do it. And just start taking a look through the bones. And you're not sure, Petra. Could be the bones of an elf. Could be another creature. Definitely humanoid.
What happened out that mill house?
Well, I mean, I know nobody really made comment about it, but you know, I was just mourning Talon's death.
No one even mentioned anything about Talon.
Wait,
Like-
that?
Oh, I thought he was scouting outside.
What I thought.
You guys, well, I know you saw it happen, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. Well, Avon, Jasmine, Cholt's a dangerous place. It's for 2 people, and you guys saved our ass. So, you want to stick with us for a little bit? We're in the middle of some business, but it's safer a group than just the 2 of you.
Yeah.
You're
It
gonna
appears
stick
that our business is done.
I just want to warn you, the person we're about to see is we're thinking is a hag.
Hmm.
We have a lead on the death curse, and we think she can help us.
Avon or Javin, did you guys want to see if these bones belong to the other elven sister?
I would check them.
Yeah.
You're not even sure if this is Zindra Moonblow or a Gold Leaf. You can't even tell because all the skin's being ripped off of her and she's being chewed on. Alright, Jasmine, you take a look at the bones and you can confirm that they are the bones of an elf. And it looks like she'd been hit with a spear in the head and the arm. Like the bones are broken and she's been kind of just cooked and they've feasted on her and just they've eaten the bone, eaten all the flesh off of the bone recently. So there goes your scouts, unfortunately. But these other adventurers seem to be helpful, and I'll presume that you guys share with each other that you're all working for Sindra Sylvain and that you're all here to try and stop the death curse. Alright.
I'm here to restore order.
Right,
Order to Cholt.
Death curse has tipped the scales in death side.
Torig is able to bring you guys to the top of Mbala, and it's absolutely pissing down. It's actually starting to storm a little bit. You've just climbed over the side of the plateau, and Torig, did you want to remain a spider or revert back to your regular form?
I probably will, sensing no danger, I'll probably revert back to Goblin.
Okay. As you guys come to the top of the plateau, so I'll show you that. I'll show you guys that handout again for those who didn't see it before. It's a visualization. This is what Mbala looks like. It's 1,800 feet tall, but it's actually not that wide. It's actually very narrow. Anyway, atop this plateau, there is just a single, like there are ruins of a forgotten city and a single structure. It's a lone hut. And the hut is made from thatch and animal hide stretched over the rib cage of an immense reptile. And there are little totems about animal skulls, wind chimes, feathers and shells. They're wildly rattling as the breeze has really picked up. It's not a breeze, it's a violent wind. And all of a sudden it just it completely stops raining. And you guys see Nanny Poo Poo with her cataract eyes. She's got a massive wooden pole in her hand, a giant wooden spoon, and she's stirring a pot. There's a little bit of light coming off the pot. She stands at the front of the hut, stirring this giant cauldron. She cackles to herself. She looks at you all, but not directly. She only looks indirectly as she is blind. Oh, did you get what you're looking for, my dear? She says.
Yep. We killed a bunch of terrafolk, and we have what you asked for.
Oh. Excellent. Why are you all standing there? Isn't there a storm? Come closer. I sensed that we had more guests, so I made some more dinner.
Well,
I'll drink some dinner. Eat some dinner.
Oh, it's almost ready. Sit Why? And she stirs the pot. Why didn't you tell me? There were more guests. You didn't give me proper time to prepare.
It's really just a +1.
Well, would you mind telling us where Orolunga is, now that we've brought you this body?
Oh. Bring it closer so I can feel it, my dear. And she holds out her hand to feel the terrafolk.
Wherever it is, I'll kind of drag it along the ground into her reach.
Alright, you drag it up to her and she just kind of feels it a little bit. She rubs her hand over it and finds a wound where it had been impaled and kind of burnt. She pokes her finger into the wound. Excellent! And there are more dead in the cave?
Many. They fight well.
Excellent! I'll send a cleanup crew to scavenge later. This will be enough food for many, many weeks, if not months, for Nanny Boo Boo. But we don't need any meat tonight. I got some more meat. But again, why didn't you tell me you'll have more guests? You say there is one, but I hear two.
Well,
They're new. We just met them ourselves.
And the other one?
I kind of look over my shoulder. What?
Oh, don't play coy with me, dear. I don't know why you're so shy. I'm talking about the other one. The one that lagged behind you all. The one that climbed atop the plateau looking for you. I think his name was Ragda. He was very muscular. Quite a lot of mass. Lots of strong muscle on his bone. She stirs the pot again.
Jesus. Did you meet Ragda?
Oh, yes. And he will make a fine addition for dinner. She stirs the pot again.
What about you, Orion?
I'm about to rage. I'm really close, guys.
Well,
where is he?
you know nothing can kill Ragda.
Oh, he's here! And she stirs the pot again.
Where is he?
Where is he?
We're going to have him for dinner! And she keeps on stirring the pot, and you can smell this like meaty scent and all these bones like bubbling away in this pot. And she cackles maniacally.
Lady, if you killed Ragda,
What?
there's gonna be problems.
What are you talking about? And
You're
coming up behind you is Ragda.
Oh, it's okay.
Hey!
I told you.
And he's got like some sort of giant lizard slung over his back. He's carrying it by the tail. And he just comes over and he slams it down on the ground before Nanny Poo Poo. There's some more. That should keep you going, old lady.
Who's he?
He's a minor deity.
Oh, Ragda! Did you hear the way your friend spoke? Suggesting that I would cook you up and eat you for dinner? That's horrid! I've survived up here for the longest time from eating lizards, and bats, and other small creatures. And you suggest that I would eat one of your companions? Shame on you. Listen, lady. There's your goddamn lizard. I'm not staying up here, though. This place gives me the creeps. I'll be back on the cliffside. I found a nice boulder to lean up against. Whatever you guys are doing, I don't really give a shit. I'm getting some shut-eye. Don't forget me. Grab me in the morning.
Sounds good, Regda. Glad you're alive.
Yeah.
He's not even hurt.
He carried that boulder up the cliff.
There wasn't enough boulders up here from the lean against, so we carried it up a cliff.
I say,
He came up and saw there wasn't any. He went back down and came back up with.
So, yeah, Avon and Jasmine just saw basically a very muscular male human, 6.5 foot tall, built like a brick, just wearing like a loincloth and a little bit of armor covering his legs. He has like a Spartan shield in his hand and a spear. Looks like a gladiator. And he just drops by for a brief moment and he walks off to the mountain trail, or the cliffside trail that leads up here, and he's just kind of sleeping there. So Nanny Poo Poo, she starts pouring you guys some bowls of lizard soup. And then welcomes you all to come in her hut. It's time for bed, Betty Pies. Come, you can make your camp here in the morning. When the sun has risen, I'll show you where Orolunga is.
Great. I don't think all of us are going to fit in your hut.
Quite big.
She does not respond. She's just sat down in like a wooden rocking chair and she starts rocking, and then her head kind of just dangles down and she's not moving.
Is there any more rocking chairs?
No, there's like a dirty mat on the ground that's kind of covered
That's
with
Orion's.
some feathers and stuff like that. It's like her bed. And there's a very small kitchen set up, some wooden shelves lining the walls, and that's about it. There's not enough. I mean, you'd probably fit everyone in. You'd be kind of all very close together. Or there is an area outside where you can just camp.
I go
Yeah,
to
I
bed
was
on
gonna
all
say-
fours, and I circle around it, and like a dog, like 3 times, and then lay down.
Yeah, I was gonna say if there's like a flat boulder, Jasmine was just gonna roll out her bedroll on that and fall asleep on it.
Yeah, there are some foundations of this former city that was atop here. So there are still some flat stones on the ground here. There's like a small riser. There are some crumbled pillars, and it's all overgrown with vines and creepers and tropical plants. But yeah, there's plenty of room for you guys to make camp. And Turek, are you just kind of staying there, or did you want to?
I think he had to step out for a sec.
Okay. All right. So I'll just move him on over. He can curl up next to you, Orion. All right. So you guys all go to sleep, and
My dog's on watch.
all right. The dog starts to growl during the night as you guys are all resting. And you open your eyes, Millhouse, and it's storming again. There's a bit of a thunderstorm going on. And when you open your eyes, you're surprised to see Nanny Poo Poo standing over you. A big crackle of lightning, and it cuts through the sky as you open your eyes.
I will scatter back on my back in shock.
Oh, don't be worried, dear. I didn't mean to startle you. I suffer from insomnia. I have trouble sleeping. I couldn't help but think how kind you all are to me. Going out of your way, risking your lives to, get get this poor old lady some food?
Yeah. Alright. Thank you for.
Give me your hand,
Well, thank you.
dear. She reaches out her decrepit, gangly hand. You know, you
I would.
remind me of my son. Your voice.
Oh.
Would you do an old lady a favor and just hold my hand for a brief moment, my dear? I miss him so.
I'm gonna employ the Millhouse common sense and say I have fallen over and I can't get up.
Alright, make a deception check. I've fallen over. I can't get up.
Although it's stormy, it's rainy, I'm still half asleep.
Oh, come on, dear. What's the matter? Are you scared of the storm?
Look, this Cholt, while you haven't harmed us, I make a very good point in not trusting anybody. And
Oh, but
not
my
to-
dear, I just wanted to reward you.
Why were you going to reward me while I was asleep?
Because this poor old lady's conscience just cannot rest. You've done far too much for me. You deserve a reward. Come, dear. Just take my hand and I'll lead you to your reward. Just you, my son.
I'm not doing that. I make.
Suit yourself then. And she walks off into the darkness as she derobes.
Dear.
Missed some of that.
Make a save for blindness.
That's how she became blind.
She disappears into the darkness, and she's gone. I'll just give you that guy's that hand out again in case you want to visualize her naked.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. No problem.
No thanks. I have enough trouble trying to keep that one Kevin Bloody Wilson song out of my head.
All
She
right.
was either going to give you a legendary item or murder you and eat you. One of the two.
Or other legendary thing.
Murder you with a legendary item and then eat you.
I employed that common sense, you know?
Alright, you guys wake up the next morning and Nanny Poo Poo was already she's up and she's standing over the cook pot. And you don't see Millhouse anywhere. Because he was just taking a piss. He also woke up early. And you come back around
Is
the
he in
corner.
the garden?
Good morning, dears. Did you have a pleasant sleep?
Surprisingly, yes.
Everyone take a long rest as well. Great. Look! Look! And she holds out this gangly arm pointing to the west, where you guys see an astonishing view. The weather today is sunny. There are, it's damp. Everything is damp. It's been raining heavily overnight, but this morning, it's humid. It's well over 100 degrees Fahrenheit or 40 degrees Celsius, and the humidity is close to 100%. You guys are sweltering when you awaken, but the sun has just risen, and you guys didn't get like a full great night's sleep because you were doing a lot of fighting and stuff, so you're a little bit tired, but this view, this astounding view that you have from Mbala is just amazing, and all of the discomfort that you feel goes away when you take in this breathtaking view. So you're 1,800 feet above the ground. You're overlooking even the highest jungle canopy by hundreds and hundreds of feet, thousands of feet, 1,000 feet at least. And you guys look out, you're treated to the stunning view of the surrounding wilderness. And as you all take a look out, I want everybody to make a perception check to see what you can see. Alright, is Turek back? I don't know if he's back yet.
Yeah, I'm here.
Alright, there we go. Alright, so Millhouse, you take a look around and you can see the Aldowny Basin. That's what you're kind of focused on. You unlock a couple of hexes. You can jot that down on the map. You can see a river here, or a tributary of a river feeding into the basin. Yazo, you see about that too. Avon, when you take a look around, you see about 30 miles to the north, all of this jungle terrain. So 3 hexes, and it just looks like jungle canopy over here. Now, Orion and Jasmine, Petra, you guys see many more things. Many important things. Because Nanny Poo-Poo is pointing right at Orolunga. And you can see a large span of forest, jungle, and a river. And Orolunga is right here, where that black square is. It's a ziggurat, like a pyramid, an ancient jungle temple. And it's what, 50, 60 miles away. 60 miles away, so you could reach there in 3 days if you're lucky. That's not all you notice. You can see some area to the south here. There's a couple of clearings. And over in this direction, northwest, with this wide view that you see. And you can see a small clearing in this direction. And you guys see, like, it looks like a little shrine set up. And it looks like there's some sort of special statue. It's made of metal. Like, you can vaguely see it. It's almost as if the jungle canopy's opened up purposely for you guys to see it. It's out of the way of Orolunga, though. But that's not all. You're seeing all other things. You see something from 130 miles to the south, because it's basically covering the tops of the jungle canopy. In this hex, there is what looks like an airship that's crashed. You can see the balloon strewn all over the top of the jungle canopy. It looks like it's crashed and it's a wreck. It's very colorful, blues and greens, and well, not really the greens stand out, but blues and reds. Colors that you don't find in nature are found in this balloon, which makes it stand out. So there's a wreck there of an airship, and even further, something stands out, like on the very horizon. It looks like basically a large floating rock shaped like a heart, and it's over here in this hex. So it looks like a heart made of stone. It's like floating above the ground though, like about 1,000 feet off the ground. That's the only reason you can see it. So yeah, you're seeing all sorts of features. You can kind of see some more clearing as well, and you make out like basins basically where there are gaps in the jungle canopy. So I'll uncover a heap more hexes for you guys So yeah, you managed to jot down a heap of your map with all the information. So she points to Orolunga. There you are, dears. That is what you seek. Orolunga, the mighty ziggurat, home to the ancient and ancient baby, apparently.
Babies, man.
Oh, Baba must be hungry.
My dears, do you have what you need?
We do, thank you. Do you have what you need?
Oh, yes. I got everything I need.
Well, if we're in the area, we'll be sure to stop by and give you some more food. But in the meantime, I think we better head out. We have some work to do.
Of course. And don't forget my offer. The right of stolen life. If one of you should fall, you can always come back to Nanny Poo Poo, and I'll make it all better.
We'll keep that in mind. Thank you. Alright. See you later.
Alright.
Bye.
You guys get 130 experience for role-playing with Nanny Poo Poo. And with that, you guys just see the sun now peer up, like above the horizon. And just as you're about to get ready and fly, the wings are gone.
Damn it.
The trouble's going to be trying to get down now.
Well, getting down is easy. Getting down safely is the difficult part.
I mean, it should be pretty easy to get down. There's a walkway that leads all the way up the side of the cliff.
Those Terrafolk are probably going to be back too.
Well, let's GTFO.
Alright, so, yeah. There is a path that's, it's pretty easy to reach the bottom. It begins on the western side of the plateau through many switchbacks. And it's about 3 miles. It's going to take you guys a couple of hours to reach the bottom. And the path width varies, but it's on average only about 5 feet wide. So it's quite precarious. And you guys need to go single file. And you move through tumbled boulders and tangled roots. And you see that the path has been cleared because Ragnar made his way up here. It looks like he's pushed some large boulders out of the way, and he's cut his way through some tangled roots and whatnot that have blocked the path. So also Jasmine and Avon have made their way up that way. You've descended for about an hour now and you don't see Ragnar.
We need to go back up.
He was
Let's
sleeping
go
under a
back
boulder.
We've forgotten the one thing Ragnar told us not to do.
Yeah, don't forget him.
Alright,
Do you want to
well,
go back and grab it?
We're gonna go back up.
there's no way you could have missed him. The path is 5 feet wide.
But he was sleeping on the boulder, and he said, "Don't forget me before you leave."
You've gone past that boulder.
So he must have
Well,
left.
there are some large boulders. You think you've gone past the one he was talking about. It's just a massive boulder that he's kind of pushed to the side. You can see his campfire.
And he's gone?
You
He's a
haven't
guard,
seen
he
him.
has things to do.
You've traveled about halfway down the path now, and you still haven't seen him.
Ragnar's a big boy. He can take care of himself, and he knows where we're going.
You want me to go back up, check?
No,
I-
no. We couldn't have missed him. I mean, he was on here. So I say we just keep going. And, he'll turn up. We can't afford to wait for him.
Alright, do you guys want to take a group vote, to look for Ragda or continue on?
I kind of want to look for Ragda.
Everyone type it in the chat
Where are we going?
if you don't know who Ragda is, or just do what you think your character would do if someone went missing. Alright. It looks like most people want to look for him. Even splits the vote towards looking for him. Alright, well, the path is barely 5 feet wide at some areas, a little bit wider in others, but all in all, it's just a dirt trail cut into the side of the cliff, a sheer cliff face, and it just goes back and forward and back and forward. The way's been cleared, and you're about halfway down. You've traveled for about an hour. So where do you guys look? Where are you searching for him? What's the plan?
Are there any signs?
Maybe he went hunting, so check around, I guess, the base to see if he's probably hunting down here some.
Alright, Petra suggests continuing down the entire trail, sees if he's at the bottom.
Well, the storm last night should have cleared any of the old tracks. So I want to see if there's another set of tracks going down.
The only other... Go ahead, sorry.
So make me a survival check, Millhouse. You start looking for tracks.
No, I got this. I don't need help.
Alright, you spend about 5 minutes looking and you can't pick up any discernible tracks. It was raining, so the path is kind of muddy and you're not seeing any fresh tracks.
I'm going to turn into a giant wolf spider and climb back up to the top of that plateau. Straight. Start looking around up there.
So you're splitting the party?
Don't do it.
Yes.
Okay. I wouldn't recommend splitting the party, but it's up to you. We'll have to switch between the two different parties in that case.
Let's go with Turek. Back if we're gonna look for Ragda, the only other place he could be is in that Terrafolk cave or at the bottom of the cliff. So if we want to go, if Turek's going up, let's go. I'll go check up and then we'll head back down.
Okay.
He wouldn't look for us.
Yeah, he would look for us.
No, he wouldn't.
Oh, he wouldn't? He'd just go off by himself?
So did you want to go split from the party, Turek?
I thought everybody was. I was going up to the check.
Well, if you climb up, I mean it's only 900 feet. You'll get there in a matter of 5-10 minutes. It's going to take everyone else an hour and a half to get back up, or an hour to get back up, because it's a switchback road. So you're going back and forward, back and forward, back and forward.
Yeah, I would climb straight up.
So you are splitting the party, okay?
Yeah.
All right. You do have a backup character, right? Oh, just I mean, if you get into an encounter, there's a good chance you won't survive.
I'm just trying to play my character. I'm like going to check the boulders around the top of the trailhead, and then I'll be on my way back down.
Okay. All right. We'll get back to you.
I can get with you if you want. If you can, I could. If you're a spider, I can ride your back.
We'll get back to you. He's gone. He's already made the decision.
Yeah, and I was
I
a giant
did
wolf.
make a couple of backup characters, but gone wanders.
Alright, oh, Shoulder's a dangerous place. Alright, so you climb up. Alright, he's gone. And, alright, what's everyone else doing while he's crawled up away from you guys?
We're already at the bottom.
Nope,
No, we're about an hour down
you're halfway.
Let's
on the
just-
switchback.
Let's just go up with him. Let's stick together. He'll have a head start on us, but we'll be behind him by half an hour or something.
But what if he comes back down and we're not here?
Jesus. Okay. Well, what do you suggest then?
I really want to go up with him, but
Then let's go up with him.
can I call out to Turu to come back?
Yeah, alright, you hear him calling out to ask you to come back. How do you respond?
I guess I turn around and kind of like come back.
Okay.
All right, let's go together. We're all going up to the top. We are backtracking an hour, searching there, and then we'll head down. How does that sound, everybody?
Yeah. Don't forget, there are supposedly a lot of angry terror folk that will be looking for you guys. They suggested that a large amount of them are out hunting. So, I mean, could you imagine what would happen if 6-7 angry terror folk came across one person alone? They'd be dead. You wouldn't have any chance to survive.
Would it be a spider off a building?
That's why I was saying it's not as a good idea to split the party. Your character would think it's highly dangerous, if not almost suicidal. Alright.
Did I use this attempt to travel somewhat secretly?
It's not lightly obscured at the moment. It's dry and sunny today.
Ooh.
Okay. So, alright. You guys tell Turig to not go alone. It's not safe. He comes back and you guys start making your way back up the top of the switchback. And is that the plan? Go back to the top? The plateau?
Yes, and search for Ragda or any trails from the boulder that we knew he was sleeping on last night.
Alright, well it takes you guys an hour to get back up there. And at about that time is when your wild shape wears off, Turig. Okay, so you want to look for tracks, Orion? You can make a survival check. You're looking for tracks to get your way back up. Alright, you make a discovery at about where the boulder is that is camped at. And it's some very faint prints that it looked like they were from last night. They're not from this morning. It's a set of gangly looking humanoid prints. They look like I guess you could say they look like a hag's footprints. You got a 24. You fought hags before. And they like basically go to the boulder and then they go away from the boulder back up to the top of Mbala. And there are also a set of humanoid footprints accompanying that. Barefoot. Large feet. Bare feet. Ragda's barefoot.
Guys, I didn't think it was worth noting, given how strange this old lady is. But last night, in the middle of the night, she was watching me sleep and tried to lead me off.
What direction did she try to leave you off to?
Up towards the northeast from here.
All right, here's the plan. We go in ready to fight, but as polite as possible. We'll try to go where she tried to lead you, and we're going to try to find Ragda.
Yeah, sounds good.
If you have any buffs, new people, now's the time.
Look, I don't know if it's important, probably not also, but I don't want to leave out information that might help. I did hear her undressing after she walked away.
That sounds important.
So be
Wait,
ready for that.
Hero? It was pretty noisy, Millhouse. So pretty.
I knew. I've had plenty of people undress in front of me. I know the sound.
You know the sound, okay. Keep telling yourself that. Alright, as you guys come up here, you're searching for Ragda. You follow the set of humanoid footprints, and the hag footprints. They go past the hut, sort of this way.
I'm just checking the cooking pot in the hut.
Alright, well, you don't get that far. There they are! There are a bunch of terror folk that just fly up from the sides of the plateau, south, east, and north. And they kind of fly overhead. Ah! Now we've got you! And you're ambushed by the remaining terror folk. There are 4 to the south. There are walls as well here, so you guys can't see all of them. But there are 4 coming from the south and 4 coming from the north. 8 terror folk in total. And when they fly up, they're 20 feet in the air, each and every one of them. I'm going to roll initiative. And do you want to move your Steel Defender up, or are you leaving him there on purpose?
I forgot about it. Sorry.
Oh.
I would have been riding.
He makes a sad doggo face.
There he is.
And were you able to, do you need like a, were you able to like make a new weapon for yourself, Millhouse?
No. I'm just going to be using Fireball.
Okay.
Unless somebody wants to toss me a weapon. But
From
otherwise
Dagger?
it's Fireball.
Yeah, I've got a sword if you want to use it.
Dagger.
Rapier.
Alright, well,
I guess we'll just see how combat goes, if I can grab one of you here.
yeah, he can take one on his turn. But yeah, there are 8 angry terror folk. They're hungering for revenge, obviously. They've been looking for you guys. And now that they've spotted you, they pose somewhat of an ambush. They're coming from south and north and east, basically, every direction. They're all 20 feet up, as I mentioned before. So let's do this. You're up first, Yasu.
So I would have taken my shield off in between combats, if that's okay.
Alright, so you're not going to use your shield?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is that okay?
It's up to you. If you have your shield, then you have your shield. If you don't, then you don't. If you want to say that the default is you don't have your shield, well, we'll start every fight without your shield, and I specify.
Well, I can take it off with my action though, no?
Yeah, well, yeah. You, I mean, given the fact that your AC was already 18 at the start of the combat, means that you had your shield on, so keep it on for now, and then yeah, you can take it off if you want. But
okay.
you need to decide these things before you start a fight. You can't decide afterwards.
Yeah. I thought I could take it off as an action.
You can.
Okay.
You can take it
I'll
off with an action.
Yeah, I'll do that then. I'll just take it off with an action.
Okay. Alright, you take your shield off, and are you taking out a weapon? Like a ranged weapon or something?
No, it's just got my rapier.
Okay. Alright, Jasmine.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on this one and take 3 shots at it.
Go for it. You need to cast a spell first, if that's what you're doing.
Oh, sorry.
It'll like give you concentration and track your spell slots. You need to count your spell slots up on the sheet. Oh wait, no, they are counted up. That's weird. It's saying that they're expended. But just keep track of them manually for now. You'll need to do that in your spell slot section, so you'll see slots remaining. It says 4, so you'll need to count that down to 3.
Yeah, I'll try to keep track manually for now, but
usually it's like automatic, but I don't know, something's wrong with your sheet, so I'll fix it up for you later. But anyway, 21 is a hit.
Yeah.
Alright, you sink an arrow into that Terrafolk, 10 points of damage, and it gets a little bit hurt. The arrow kind of glances, it pierces through a wing.
Second one.
That's a hit. I'm going to make your Hunter's Mark damage modifier.
Yeah, okay.
There's a checkbox that you can put on, and basically you tick it on and off, and it'll like automatically roll that 1d6. So roll us 1d6 for now, and then the next one it'll already be built in for your attack. Alright, another 10 points of damage. You sink a second arrow into that Terrafolk. Hits him in the chest, and he starts to lose some momentum. He's badly injured.
Final one.
And that's a hit. And I'm gonna make you one more macro. It's a Gloom Stalker bonus. It's just basically 1d8 force damage. And it takes 2 seconds. So next time, you can give that a go. Give that a whirl. I made you a macro there called Gloom Stalker damage. It'll roll your extra force damage on for that attack. Should see it there on your sheet. There we go. And I just have to fix one more thing up. The Hunter's Mark needs to be called Hunter's Mark, not magic damage. Alright, that arrow just destroys the Terrafolk. The force damage rips through it, shredding its wings, exploding its chest. It immediately falls to the ground dead. Any movement?
Yeah, I'll move back there for now for 25 just to get pretty decent cover.
Okay. And don't forget the end of turn button when you're done. We'll move it on to the next player. Alright, the Terrafolk basically they fly up from the sides of the plateau and then they all dive down at the same time. And this one dives at Orion. They've all got javelins in their arms. They've armed themselves for this encounter. It dives down at you, Orion. It misses with the first attack. And it misses with its second attack. And it plants its feet on the ground and just looks angrily at you.
Gah! You're going to pay for what you've done, creatures! We're going to kill you all! We're going to chew the flesh from your bone!
You've come back for more, then?
Ah! Another one dives down at you, Orion, swooping down from 20 feet above, javelin first. And this one catches you by surprise, and the way it's diving is terrifying. There's just something about it that makes you scared. You take 11 piercing damage, and you're frightened. And then it tries to hit you again. And it hits you again, stabbing you for a further 11 points of damage. This Terrafolk, it flies up and then dives down at Turig. As it's diving towards him, it's javelin first. It misses, it attacks again, and it hits. Again, the way it dives is terrifying. So you hit for 8 piercing damage, and you become frightened. And as they're diving, they're stabbing, and then they're planting their claws on the ground to engage in melee. This one's going to fly up and come around at the last second and swoop for Petra. Oh, what's going on there, Turig? Oh, you just accidentally moved. So yeah, this is at you, Petra. It's trying to hit you with a javelin. And it misses, and then it turns and swings at Jasmine in the corner here. And it hits. For 8 piercing damage. You don't get frightened either, Jasmine, because it's only when they're kind of diving, so you don't really see that whole dive, and it has to turn to hit you like that. Alright, the pain from the javelin though, it caused you to drop concentration on your spell. It made your con save there with a 9. And then this one is kind of, it's planted its claws on this decrepit looking piece of stone wall, which is about 5 feet above the ground, and then it's leaning over. It's in melee reach with both of you. Ends its turn there. Another one dives in and is going to dive in directly at Avon. Doesn't seem too interested in the Steel Defender, unfortunately. Avon, it misses you. Again, it tries to hit you as it dives straight towards you. It misses you again, and it's going to plant its feet on the ground. Orion.
Bonus action rage, and I'll grow my werewolf claws this time. I will target this one right here, and I'll attack recklessly to cancel out the frightened. So just straight attacks here. That's 3 attacks.
Miss. That hits. You drag a claw through the Terrafolk. It's a small injury. And you rip another claw into its underbelly. A streak of blood paints the ground as that Terrafolk is looking bloodied. Petra.
So I'm going to use Sacred. Nah, I'm gonna use Toll the Dead on this one.
Alright, Terrafolk takes 11 damage. It starts coughing and spluttering. It looks hurt. Turek.
So am I afraid of one Terrafolk, or am I afraid of all the Terrafolk?
You, yeah, you're just frightened of this one.
Okay, I am going to, take my, nimble escape action as a bonus action. So I'm going to disengage. Move here and throw a produce flame at this one.
Okay.
Scratch that. I'm going to, produce flame.
Okay. Alright, even in your frightened state where your arms are shaking, 16 still hits. You lob the ball of fire directly in the Terrafolk's face, and it screams, and you leave it bloody. And you're not frightened at the end of your turn as well. When you end your turn, that goes away. Same with you, Orion. Millhouse.
Gonna move up to Orion. And I'm gonna cast this on him.
Alright, heroism. So it's temporary hit points. Immune to being frightened.
And my spellcasting ability modifier is 4. And that's where's the EOT? Oh wait, no, dog can attack. Oh, it's been so long since dogs attacked, I forgot about him.
He got left out without the wings.
Dog will attack that one.
Okay, that's a good icon for heroism. Maybe that one. Alright. The Steel Defender just... It chomps down, its mouth explodes with force damage, and it rips off massive chunks of the Terrafolk's flesh, leaving it just barely standing. It's like on the brink of death. What the hell? I'm trying to... Oh, I think my Roll20 just lagged out. Big time. Something happened. Did the hit points adjust for the Terrafolk for you guys?
Yeah, it's red.
Okay, well, my screen's frozen, so I have to reload the page. But I can't even... Yeah, it's completely frozen.
Mine froze too.
Oh, did it? So it's not just me. Okay. I'll just reload your page. I've just reloaded. I'll be back in the game in 20 seconds. In a jiffy. Alright. Here we go. That fixed it. Alright, here comes another Terrafolk. Comes from the northeast. Diving in rapidly. And it's just gonna... You can see its shadow kind of very quickly move across this terrain. It goes over the top of Nanny Poo Poo's hut and it plants itself down here, taking a dash action to get there. And Avon, you're up.
Sorry, really quick. Sorry to interrupt. Did this one move? I thought this one landed like right next to me.
Did it move? It wasn't meant to move. That must have been
okay.
when the lag was happening. It didn't mean to move. All right, Avon. All right. You're putting out Spirit Guardians.
I'm gonna hold up my shield and the shields will start to glow.
Okay. You just see an explosion of radiant energy spread out from Avon, 15 feet in every direction.
Well, Nanny Poo Poo is going to be very upset. She's going to get hit by that if she's in there, isn't she?
It doesn't. No spell goes through total cover.
Oh,
This is the first real cloak spell we've seen.
Alright, this Terrafolk screeches down. It kind of flies up and down, and it's going to fly in at Tarzo and just say, "I'll show you a real cleric spell." As you comment on the cleric spell, it misses you if it's javelin, and the second one hits you. It catches you. You take 9 piercing, and
Can I use my uncanny dodge?
sure, you very uncannily dodge that down to 4 points. However,
Is he Spirit Guardians there?
nope, Spirit Guardian's 15 feet. He's 20 feet away. So you become frightened, and the way this thing dives at you is just, it makes you click your knees together. You're so scared. And you're up, Yazo.
Okay, so I'll disengage then.
You can't move there.
Just
that's-
go.
Oh, you're going
Can I
straight.
just go through? Yeah, just go through Turig.
You can't go diagonal through a wall.
And then here.
Okay, you can get there. That's 10, 5, 10, 15, 20 feet. Okay, you can get there.
And then I'll stab the one to the north.
That hits. And you kill it. It was practically dead. And
A
then
splash.
the fire leaps onto that one. Jasmine.
Okay, I'm just gonna draw out my sword and stab this one 3 times.
You only have 2 attacks now because you've
Yeah.
it's only on the first round you get the extra one. That's a hit. Right, you just catch it with the short sword. And it's bloodied now though.
Last one.
That's another hit. Right, you drive the short sword through a wing, slicing quite deep, leaving the Terrafolk very badly injured. You can see the radiant
And that
energy
is it.
start to finish it off too. So when you're done, just hit that end of turn button. You can skip it along. Alright, this Terrafolk's going to make a wisdom save. The flittering radiant energy is melting through its flesh, causing all these blisters to bubble up. Alright, it succeeds. Takes 10 radiant damage. And it doesn't like those spirit guardians. So it's going to push through.
Oh, get this shit out of my face!
And it comes in at you, Avon. Pushing through 20 feet of the spirit guardians. It tries to hit you with a javelin. It misses. Ah! It tries again. And that one hits you. Oh, no, does it? No. As you think it's going to hit you, Sanic bites the javelin, preventing it from hitting you, giving it disadvantage. You're safe. This Terrafolk makes a wisdom save. And roll us 3d8. It fails. And it's going to start to fly, and it's going to fly over the top like that, and it's going to come in at you, Avon. Actually, I guess it'll be...
Oh god, it's terrible.
Oh, you know what? It is going to have to go... I'm going to have to do its movement again. Right, let me just make it take that damage first. Because this one is in its way. Alright, it'll still do it. It's going to be at disadvantage because it's squeezing. It squeezes in and it tries to hit you, Avon. And a 16 is a miss. It tries again. And that misses. And then it used 20, and then it's going to fly straight up and over out of the Spirit Guardians. It provokes from Avon, Still Defender, Yazo, Millhouse, Orion. Everyone who wants to take that attack, go for it. Just Orion? Anyone else? Alright.
With an 11 hit.
Was that for Doggo?
Well, I'm unarmed. No,
oh, you're doing an unarmed strike.
Okay.
You almost hit
if I
it.
attack, do I just use a flaming rapier? Is that okay?
Do you have Warcaster?
No, but I mean just use it as normal rapier.
Okay. Alright, that hits. And, okay.
I get the sneak attack though, don't I?
You would, because you're not frightened anymore, so you're not at disadvantage. Okay, with all those attacks done, let's see if it even makes it out of there alive. It does. It's very badly injured, but it gets out of there. So it's 30 feet up. This Terrafolk is going to... it's going to push into the Spirit Guardians. It's going to make a Wisdom save. It's going to take 3d8 damage. And then it's going to start slashing. It just throws its javelin down. Ah, this is shit! And it just starts clawing its way through to Torig. As the radiant energy is blistering its flesh, it starts whoosh, swiping. And that hits Torig for 6 slashing. It claws again, and it hits you for 7 slashing. And then it tries to drill its beak into you. And it's a miss. It gets its beak stuck into Nanny Poo Poo's hut. And Nanny Poo Poo says, "Ah, Millhouse, is that you, dear? Did you forget something, honey?" Alright, Terrafolk fails its saving throw against the Spirit Guardians. And we'll see if it's even going to have a turn once Avon rolls that damage. It does not. It falls off this jumbled wall of rock and splats on the ground. Orion.
If this Terrafolk over here is 30 feet in the air, does he have cover from me?
Yeah, because this one's like in between you and him.
Okay. Then I'll just. Is there a way I could squeeze through this little area, or is that a wall?
That's a wall. You'd have to climb over.
Can we give that a try?
Why is there a direct dino on the map? Make an athletics check. It's not going to be very difficult.
Athletics.
I'd be very surprised if you failed. Alright, you easily climb over, so that's what, 10? And the wall's 5 feet high, so that costs you another 10. 20 feet, you're over the other side of the wall.
I'll pull up my longbow and shoot the Terrafolk up in the air.
You snipe it. The arrow hits it straight in the neck and it spirals down to the ground before very aggressively slamming into the stone floor.
And then I guess I'll attack at disadvantage. The one I'm in melee with. Is that how that works?
Yeah, you'll be at disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be at disadvantage for that first shot too. And the Terrafolk just hits your hand. The arrow just falls out on the ground. Petra.
I'm gonna need a shadow template. I'm gonna try to hit all 3 of these Terrafolk if I can.
Not without hitting yourself or hitting Turig. 10-foot radius, so it will hit Turig there. I'll give it to you though, but I don't think you can hit all 3 without hitting someone else.
If it's got necrotic on it, Jasmine is immune to necrotic and radiant.
This one's thunder
No.
damage.
I'm gonna only be able to hit 2 of them, which is fine.
This one's going to cause a little bit of damage as well. All of that area is going to be kind of, all the stone's going to be broken up.
As I do that, I say, sorry, Nanny Poo Poo.
You hear a very loud bang, and it echoes. It's so loud because it's like it's basically you're on a very high plateau, so it can be heard for miles. Well, actually, I think it can only be audible for a few hundred feet. Anyway, this one is just ripped into pieces. Wings, beaks, claws go flying everywhere. This one braces. It still fails, and it is knocked into the wall and is almost destroyed. Flesh is all ripped up. And the ground is kind of cracked a little bit. Dust is kicked in the air, but you don't actually do any major structural damage, so there's nothing that really gets broken. Alright, Turi, you're wild shaping.
Wild shape into a dinosaur.
Alright, let me add you into the turn order. That's a dino, and I've got to get rid of your other token. Alright, that's a hit. Alright, you slash into the Terrafolk with Claw. That's a hit. You jump on it and bite onto its neck. Ah! It screams out in pain as it's left bloodied. And that hits. You scratching away at it, and it's even more injured now. Millhouse.
Oh, I'm gonna have to try to get 5 feet away from it.
The Terrafolk's gonna try and jab you with its javelin. Completely misses.
Gonna firebolt that one.
That's a hit. So as it thrusts at you with the javelin, you jump back and just point your hand forward, and an explosion of fire covers the Terrafolk, and it just falls forward onto the ground in a smouldering mass.
That's that one done. Still Defender. It will attack the more heavily damaged one.
It's a miss. Alright, the Terrafolk makes a wisdom save. It fails. So it takes 3d8 radiant damage. And the Spirit Guardians melt it down. Its flesh blisters and bubbles and turns bright red and like it's been cooked, and there's nothing left of it. Even.
It's just this one.
Yeah. When you look around, this is the only thing threatening you.
Just go ahead.
Alright, you attempt to toll the dead. And that finishes it off. Not only does its flesh wither, it also gets melted away by the Spirit Guardians until it's just quivering on the ground.
Brutal way to go.
So, Terrafolk, you can be confident that they were the last of the Terrafolk. I think the hit points from their heroism go away when that spell wears off, which is 1 minute.
It does.
Okay.
I love that spell, by the way, Millhouse.
Would drop. Concentrate.
Okay.
Is everyone okay?
I'm good.
Yeah, just a bit scratched, but all good.
Alrighty. Well, we heard what's her face is in her hut, so let's be careful.
Oh, who's that is? Oh, you're back! Did you forget something?
We did. We forgot somebody important.
Oh! Oh.
Was hoping to ask you a question, actually.
Oh. I heard some ruckus outside. Was it those Terrafolk?
Yeah, they weren't a problem. But we wanted to ask
Oh!
why we...
Oh, it's a good thing that you were here. And you slay them. Oh, even more food for just a lonely old lady like me.
Yes. And seeing as we've given you so much food, I was wondering if you could point us in the direction of one of our companions. Ragda was here last night, and we believe that he is in the area. Do you know? Have you seen him this morning?
Yes, that muscular boy that was catching me the lizards. Excuse me. Have I seen him? She looks at you with her cataract eyes. You're joking, right? I'm as blind as a bat.
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, well, okay. How to say this?
Have you heard him?
Yep.
No, I haven't seen your friend Ragnar this morning. I haven't heard him. I'm not aware that he is here.
Did you visit him last night?
Visit him?
Yes.
Oh no, I was trying to ask your friend Millhouse to accompany me for some reward, but he declined.
Why do we see your footprints going to and from where he was sleeping last night?
My footprints?
Your footprints.
I think you're
mistaken, my dear.
I don't think I am.
Well, as you said, you're the only one up here, and the footprints seemed human.
Oh! That could have been one of my other helpers.
Your other helpers.
Yeah. You see, it's not just the flying monkeys that help me gather what I need here, my dear. But I can't be held accountable for the actions of them now, can I?
Who are your helpers?
There's only one. He's asleep. He likes to sleep during the day.
And can you describe your helper?
Suddenly you hear
Yes.
a heap of like, and perching up on this wall are a heap of flying monkeys. They start barking, squawking at everyone down below.
Oh, keep it down, my pretties! Fly! Fly, my pretties! Fly away!
They listen to her and they fly away.
I don't actually know if they're pretty. It just felt right to call them that.
Iconic.
So, can your helper speak, or?
Oh no. He doesn't have a tongue yet.
That's ominous. Would you mind introducing us?
I just told you he likes to sleep during the day. Now you're disturbing me now. Coming in here demanding this. Accusing me of what? Do you think I cooked him up in the pot?
Well,
Do
unless
you
you
really
provide
think
another...
a gangly little lady like me would be capable of
We both know that you're more than
incapacitating
you seem.
such a strong and muscular man? Such fine definition in his broad shoulders. Such a handsome head.
You can't see, so how would you know?
My dear, he let me put my hands all over him. That's how I can tell what someone looks like. What do
know
you
where
look
Ragda
like,
is?
my dear? I'm not sure. I'm sure he can take care of himself, though.
Can I insight that?
Sure,
I will as well.
sure.
Oof.
Yeah, she seems innocent, like she doesn't know about Ragdoll.
Do you mind if we search around for him up here for a little bit?
Of course, as long as you don't keep intruding upon me. Oh! And don't go snooping around my cistern. You had your chance for treasure.
Your sister.
Oh, not my sister, dear. Cistern. My well. I've got to get water from somewhere, don't I?
Sure. Well, we're gonna poke around, looking for our friend. We'll try not to disturb you anymore.
Of course, my dear. I hope you find him. I'm sure he'll turn up soon. Hopefully you'll uncover his whereabouts.
La 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 la. She's like, you take a look inside and you see that she takes a rusty set of shears and she starts butchering this terrafolk. Snips its head clean off and rips off its flesh with her bare hands, covering herself in blood.
Whoa. With shears, she rips off a terrafolk's head?
She cuts off the head with shears and then skins it with her bare hands. Like
Can
rips.
I make an insight check to see if she does this with above human strength?
Oh, there's no way an old lady would be able to do that. You don't need any sort of check to figure that out.
Gotcha. Hey, Petra.
Yeah.
I have boo-boos. Can you help?
Sure.
Thank you.
All right. While that's happening, Yazo, what are you up to? What are you doing? Just listening to the eavesdropping on the conversation from outside?
Yeah, I'm not really. I don't have no need to go in there.
What about you, Milhouse? Do you feel the need to go in there?
I'm trying to scab a weapon or somebody.
Okay. Milhouse is begging for a weapon. Turek, what are you up to as a Deinonychus?
I'm just chilling as a dinosaur. Kind of like poking around, looking for tracks and.
You can make a survival check to look for tracks. One of the flying monkeys starts to kind of annoy you a little bit as well. It flies close to you and starts just screeching at you. Alright, you're sniffing around for tracks and the monkey doesn't really bother you that much. If you just kind of chew it away, it'll back up. And
snap at it.
Yeah, you find these tracks again, Turek, the ones that you guys were following, as you shoo the monkey away. And I'll draw a line to where they lead.
Pop in a dinosaur version of a pointer pose, and I kind of just start trotting off.
Okay, I'll follow
Right.
him.
Alright, you follow the tracks and they lead around through the back of the area, past the cistern, underneath this arch, and then they stop at this it's like a lump in the ground, lump of mud.
I start digging at it with my claws.
Alright, the dirt is very, very soft. And you uncover a leg.
Is it a
beefy
muscular
leg?
A human leg. Big toes, barefoot, covered in mud.
Keep on digging out.
Alright, you dig in, you find a large human. But doesn't really look like Ragda. You uncover the torso and you see something discerning. Concerning. It's like stitches. Like this person has been sliced open and then stitched back together. And you keep on digging, and this person is huge. They are a massive Hulk. And then when you get to the head, you see something terrifying. It's Ragda's head on a flesh golem. And it opens its eyes.
Oh, Jesus.
And we're going to take a 10-minute break now.
God damn it. You monster.
Yes, thank you. I needed to feed my dog, and I am holy crap, holy shit.
You
Fuck you.
monster, Seb. To off screen.
Yeah, we're gonna have to kill this and then kill her.
Oh, 100%.
Well, look, we don't fully understand the situation here.
could
Ragda's
have been an accident. Head fell off.
Okay, so
Slipped.
here's a little bit of insight on my character. I'm at half health outside of dinosaur form,
You're fine.
and this is my wild shape.
You're fine. Just don't
As
be on
long
the
as
front
you
line.
get melee with it, you're gonna be good. You're gonna be good.
I'm gonna rage.
Yeah, boy. I love it. You know, we might want to kill the old lady first.
Well, this is right in front of us, and she hasn't shown herself. So if she shows herself, then yeah, we'll focus on her. But for now, let's
I think we
focus
should
with.
go- Well, you don't focus the tank. You should go straight for the
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
dealer in the back.
How close are we to the edge of the cliff, I wonder?
Very close.
Could we just,
Like,
like,
The
roll
map,
it off?
We could, yeah.
That'd be a lot easier than, like, fighting it.
But it's Ragda. It would survive the fall.
Oh, Jesus.
I think we're like
Well-
20 feet away from the edge of the cliff, maybe a bit less.
That is a bit inconvenient with Ragda being met his fate.
Just so you know, in the past, Raven, we were just, like, trekking along with him one time, and we accidentally woke up a stone golem on a bridge. Ragda not only pushed the stone golem off of, like, this 100-foot high bridge, fell off with it, he was then picked up by a full T-Rex, and he, like, rolled like amazingly and killed the T-Rex single-handedly while it was in its jaws.
You
being
got a
turned.
nat 20
got-
at death
Got
saving
knocked
throw.
unconscious and then rolled a nat 20 to survive, and then killed it with its final.
It was amazing.
He survived the 500-foot drop as well.
Yeah, he did.
Interesting.
But this is back to Demiko.
Well, it sounds like he had a pretty good innings with his
How's everyone doing?
Good. I've got a quick question. What's your attitude on players copying from each other's spellbooks?
Yeah, 2 wizards can copy from each other's spellbooks. It's the same. It's the same process. It costs you 50 gold pieces per spell level and 2 hours, and then you reduce the time and gold by half if it's your school of magic.
Cool.
I don't think we have 2 wizards though, right?
No.
I have ritual casting, so I can copy down spells as long as they're ritual.
Okay. Warlock thing, right?
Artifice.
Oh yeah. Alright, so yeah, only wizards can use the spellbook though. And then warlocks can copy spells into their special tome. Alright, so Turig makes a startling discovery. It's Ragdar's head sewn onto the body of what looks like multiple other people's body parts. And it just opens its eyes. And it murmurs. And you realize that, damn, now you know why Ragnar wore a helmet all the time. And it just murmurs. That's it. It doesn't do anything.
It's not particularly hostile.
Alright, it's still laying down. It's like it looked like it was sleeping, as Nanny Poo Poo said, and you've awoken it. Just
You can hear it crying out in the background.
it opens an eye. Murmurs. Ragdar's head.
Can you just
How close is it? Like, how close to this map is the edge of this plateau?
It's pretty much at the edge. Pretty close.
I poke it.
It lets out a loud moan. Ugh. And Nanny Poo Poo calls out, "Oh, what have you done? I told you not to awaken him! He's sleeping!"
Can I push him?
I
Can
don't
I
know.
push him 5 feet?
Can you push him?
He's a medium creature. I'd like to try.
Alright. Well, he would like to try and punch you in the face. Let's roll
that's
initiative.
fair. That's a fair response.
Yeah, if you grab and start to push him, he defends himself. He's gonna like flail an arm at you or something like that. So Orion grabs him and tries to rip him up from his grave and push him. As he's doing that, everyone can react, starting with Yazu.
Okay, so he's prone, is he?
He is prone. He's still laying down. He just woke up, the poor guy.
Just quickly before we start, did I manage to beg a weapon of anybody?
I would have given you my rapier, but
Okay, so what do you do, Yazu?
Tap that dagger.
I'll take a dagger.
The silver dagger. With 100 gold pieces.
Well, can I stab him with the rapier?
Okay. So as Orion's grabbing him and pushing him, you're gonna try and stab it.
He's undead though, isn't he? So
He doesn't look undead. It looks...
does he not?
No. And
Almost anyway.
you hit. 11 is a hit.
I hit with 9.
11.
Oh, yeah,
You have advantage. Alright, when you stab into the golem, the rapier doesn't actually penetrate its flesh. It just stops and does absolutely nothing to it. But the fire erupts over the golem, and it starts to yell. It hates the fire. It starts to go crazy.
That's all I can do.
Orion. Alright, if you want to continue to try and push it, go for it.
Can I rage?
Yeah.
I will do that, and I will try to push it. So that's advantage with rage.
Alright, add a +4 onto this. I don't know why its modifier is not correct, but it should have a +4. And, alright, you're shoving it back?
Yep.
Alright, you just grab it and you throw it back 5 feet.
Then I'll move forward and try to shove it again. Off of the plateau.
Make another athletics check. 21. +4 onto this. 24. Oh no, sorry, not 20. It doesn't have advantage. I knew that. It's not raging. And you just look away in disgust as you throw him off the edge. But dun 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 dun. This is Ragda we're talking about.
Oh no.
He attempts to cling onto the ledge. And he does. He grabs onto the side of the plateau with one
God damn
arm.
it, Ragda.
Actually, he's prone, so it's more just like his leg gets caught in a vine and he's dangling there off the side of the plateau. Dorig.
Bonus action, rage.
I love you.
And now I am going to multi-attack.
Whoops, wrong icon. Alright, I'll extend this map out by 5 feet just so you can have you can actually go on the square that you should be in. Like that. And that's a miss. Alright, when your claws scrape him, it's like trying to cut through a Kevlar vest with a butter knife.
I'll yell out to Turg, hit the vines! Hit the vines!
My other claw would be attacking the vines and stuff.
His leg is kind of what's really keeping him there. You'd have to shove him again, basically. That was more just like flavor because he is prone. They use a dex save to cling on. And again, your claws just scrape against him and they just don't affect him at all.
And I'm going to step away from the ledge.
Alright, he's going to try and kick you in the face. Disadvantage because it's like that fire is annoying the hell out of him and he's prone. Oh, he's doing that thing. Let me fix that up. I don't know why some character sheets are doing this, but it's not doing an attack roll. Ignore the damage there. I'm going to try it again. He misses you. He just, it's kind of disgusting to witness, but he kind of tilts his leg up, like you hear like bones and stuff cracking and stuff, and he somehow like uses his legs to right himself and get back up on the ledge. And he's still like being annoyed by that fire. And he just comes around and like swings his whole entire arm at Turig. And he hits you for 7 bludgeoning damage. And then he's gonna use his other arm to swing at Orion. And it misses, and then Nanny Poo Poo calls out, like she can see what's happening. What are you doing? Ah, my dear, get away from the edge! And it does what she says. And it uses the rest of its movement to get away from the edge.
Damn it.
Provoking from Yazo, Yasmin, Orion, Turek.
I won't do it because I don't have any magic shit.
Do you have Warcaster, Yazo?
No, it's just to route the fire.
You know, if you just go to the compendium and search Rapier, and then you'll see like Rapier appear under item, and then all you gotta do is drag that onto your character sheet and it'll automatically fill it all out for you. It only takes about 10 seconds. And then you have a Rapier Attack. It does 0 damage. The Rapier doesn't do anything to it. So you try to bite at it, and even with a 10 you hit it, but it doesn't do anything. And it ends its turn there, and it kind of gets over that fire now. Doesn't really bother it anymore. And not only that, it... oh, why didn't it reduce the damage? I don't know what happened. It's still damaged. It doesn't, like, regenerate or anything. Alright, Nanny Poo Poo comes running out. And she just starts yelling. Oh! What are you doing? Stop that! Stop it! Leave him be!
You killed Ragda!
No, I didn't!
His head is on a body that's not his.
Not Ragda's head! And then she says, he's over here! And then she goes around the corner and Ragda calls out. Hey guys! Shit, I had a wild night last night. And it sounds like it's like we've like behind this wall or something. So, what do you guys do?
Oh. Man. I'll send the dog over to check it out.
Alright, what's his movement speed?
40. He's gonna dash. Bark 1 for Ragda, bark 2 for no Ragda.
He can't see quite around the corner yet. So he doesn't bark at all.
Well, just to this, I won't attack it. I just get in there and I'll dodge. Try to take any hits while we investigate what's going on.
Okay. You run up, get in its face, woozle wuzzle, and
I'm here.
dodge. Jasmine.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna shoot a couple of arrows at it.
The arrow hits and basically just it bounces straight off of it and falls to the ground. It doesn't even pierce through the slightest bit of its flesh. Does 0 damage.
Second one.
I think you clicked the wrong one there, but same attack roll. And yeah, it's immune. The attacks are doing no damage. The arrow just bounces straight off of it, like you've just shot an impenetrable pillowcase.
Yeah.
Even. Hello?
Casting spiritual weapon. Hear me.
Okay. Alright, when you cast a spell, spiritual weapon, rips into the flesh golem, takes out a massive chunk of its flesh.
I would like to.
Sorry, I didn't hear you cut out then. It said, I would like to, and then I didn't hear anything after that.
Dodge action.
Dodge? Yeah. Petra.
Can I try to tell if that was Ragnar or not?
Yeah, you can make an insight check if you think it wasn't Ragnar. It's Ragnar.
I will pretty much go over there then. Start heading over there.
Oh, that was a wild light night last night. Oh, my head hurts. Ragnar calls out.
60.
Sounds like he's like over there. He hasn't got up yet. You don't see him. Yazo.
Yep, I think I'm going to go over that way as well. And action. And then bonus action as well.
Alright, Nanny Poo Poo yells out, "What have you done to my beloved? He's out of control now! You shouldn't have woken him up! He gets very moody when he hasn't had his sleep! I can't control him! He'll destroy you now!" Ryan.
Alright, I just want to double check. When we look at this flesh golem, it's like a bunch of different pieces sewn together.
Oh, you
and
can
then
clearly see the stitching. And then it looks like Ragnar's head. But you didn't really see Ragnar's face too much, because he always wears a helmet. But yeah, maybe you could be mistaken.
Can we see Nanny Poo Poo right here, or is that like a full wall that's like...
The dynamic lighting should be right. A lot of these walls, no, there's a hole in them. A lot of these walls are all broken, and yeah, there's a hole in the wall here.
Could I fit through this gap right here then?
Yeah. There's just the
Great.
wall. The wall is basically these stones on the ground. There's not much left of it. They're 4 to 8 feet tall.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Sorry, my Roomba just turned on. And I'll say, "Is that Ragda? I swear to God, is that Ragda?"
No! Can't you hear him? We had a wild night last night.
Can I make an insight check on her?
Sure. You don't think she's lying?
Great. That, I'm sure that you didn't kill Ragda or throwing your voice over there. Can I ready my bow, and if she does something aggressive, can I shoot her?
Sure. She looks like directly at the arrow with a smile on her face. What are you going to do, dear? The golem is out of control.
I'm not gonna do nothing if you're completely well behaved. We're just gonna stand here.
Turek.
Turek is going to rush over to where Orion. and he's standing by. Taking the dodge action, I guess.
Okay. And Nanny Poo Poo calls out to the golem to try and calm it down. Oh, stop! This is a misunderstanding. Go back to sleep! But the golem... It's not listening. And it saunters very quickly after Yazo, who had hit it with the fire. It starts chasing you down.
Look what you've gone and done now! Huh?
And then she aggressively runs up into her hut.
You said she did this aggressively?
She runs into her hut like she's pissed off.
Would you define her running as aggressive?
She doesn't do anything hostile towards you.
Okay.
She has an aggressive step.
I see.
Millhouse. The golem's out of control.
Yazo's just too far away. It's gonna cast Sanctuary on him.
Alright. Ragnar calls out. What are you guys waiting for, slowpokes? Last one down to the bottom's a rotten dinosaur egg.
Alright, I'm believing this less and less.
You can make an insight check.
I'll do that.
You even hear Ragnar's footsteps trailing away.
Does Still Defender see it? Still Defender bark if you see Ragnar.
It doesn't bark and it doesn't see Ragnar. But it does hear his footfalls away from the steps. He's gone down the steps.
But would Still Defender be able to see it?
If he gets right up
Like
to
the
the edge,
footfall?
yeah, you could see the first lot of steps.
He would get right up to the edge.
He doesn't see Ragnar.
That's not Ragnar. As unbelievable as it might sound. That is not Ragnar.
Are we doing the thing where we do the thing where we kill people?
Yeah.
Well, with this thing, at least attempt to anyway.
Right, well, I'm going to try to get the Flesh Golem off the boy. So I'm going to cast Firebolt. Why do they change that? How dare
I
they
know,
change
it's
it?
annoying.
I know, right?
That might go through twice.
Alright, the firebolt slams into the golem's back. It lets out another loud roar. It doesn't like the fire, and you see all your hopes and dreams go flushing out the window, Millhouse, as you wasted that double crit.
And I'll have Doggo dash back.
Jasmine.
Yeah, okay, let's see here. It's about a 10-foot drop to where the arrows bounce off, so I'll move 10 down there just to interact to pick them up, and then move the extra 20 closer to Millhouse and Avon.
Yeah, you should have enough arrows for every fight, and you can recover half of what you shot at the end of a fight.
Yeah, but just making sure that. Yeah, well, yeah, but like you said, it's an immune to piercing.
Yeah, the arrows just bounced straight off of it. They had absolutely no effect, but magic seems to work. So any sort of magic damage that you can inflict should work, as far as you can tell. So Hunter's Mark would work, would damage it.
Yeah. Yeah, alright.
You put a Hunter's Mark on the golem.
Well, now that is it.
Are you shooting the golem? That's only a bonus action.
Yeah, I'll shoot it.
That's a hit. Alright, so yeah, the arrow doesn't affect it, but the magic damage from the Hunter's Mark does. And a bit of the flesh just kind of breaks off with that attack. And with a 10, you will miss it due to cover. Millhouse is a bit in the way. The arrow slightly misses. Avon.
Okay, I would move my spiritual weapon 3 feet closer.
Okay, oh yeah, I'll give you control of that one too.
Not move.
You know, I think I've got a good kind of like a scales sort of template, maybe. Yeah, check this out.
Oh, that's it. That's what I need.
Yeah, I'll make that your spiritual weapon token.
I'm going to flame him.
Okay, let me save this token so next time it'll just come out like the scales. It was meant to be.
Perfect.
There we go. You should always have control of it now too. Alright, you do a sacred flame on the flesh column, and this thing is extremely slow. The radiant fire burns through its flesh. It doesn't really seem to hate the radiant fire so much, but still, it damages it pretty good.
There we go. It's lagging.
Petra. I'll skip it along if it's lagging.
I hit EOT 3 times.
Right, so I am going to use 3 sorcery points to cast Scorching Ray.
Alright, seeing its aversion to fire is a logical choice. And that's a miss. The Steel Defender kind of gets up in your face. Second beam hits. The fire crackles its flesh as the smell of burnt flesh fills the air. And third beam is a hit. The golem starts to go crazy. As that scorching ray slams into it.
And I will run away. And well, yeah, because this is a wall. So yeah, I run away.
Yazo.
Okay, go. I'll do Toll the Dead on it.
Alright, you give the flesh golem a wide berth. You hear the bell toll. And it has advantage, but that doesn't help it. The necrotic damage starts to unthread the sewing, like the thread that keeps it together, and multiple limbs turn black, rot, and fall off. Like, loses an arm. His face basically starts to, like, loose skin just falls down his face, and the head kind of almost unhinges, hanging on by a few strands now, so the head's tilted to the side. Ragda's head. You can see flesh and blood underneath, and bone kind of sticking out.
Okay, so that's 15 movement. And then I'll bonus action dash.
Alright, Orion. At the start of your turn, you hear Ragda. But he's in the well.
Orion! Oh. God damn it, help me! He put me down in this well. My legs, I think they're broken. The golem, I couldn't damage it. It hurts. Save me, Orion.
I don't like you as a person, Seb. I'm gonna do my best in the middle of my rage to try to ignore that.
You're really gonna leave me down here, Orion? I'm stuck in a
Yes.
well.
Yes, I am.
I'm all alone
I don't think
here.
that's Orion.
My goddamn.
I don't think.
My legs
I know
are
that's
broken.
Shut up! That's not you.
Well, fuck you, Orion. You wait till I get out of here.
And
Where did she go?
she's gone. You take a look inside. There's not a single trace of her.
So that was 20. I'm gonna like hold out my hands and try to see if she is still in here. So 25, 30, 40. Do I like run into her or anything?
No. There's not a single trace left of her.
And I'll dash.
She
my
somehow
action.
managed to vanish.
This makes me sad. I'll dash out, or I'll go this way, so I'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, back where I was at. Alright, Ragda, I'm coming if that's really you.
Oh, so now you're coming to save me. Yeah, you wait till you get down here. I'm gonna break your legs and use you as a ladder.
You're not making me want to save you. She's not in there, Turg.
Alright.
Turek, hearing Ragda, is going to check the well.
Alright, you come over and take a look down there. It's dark. It's about 40 feet deep, and there's water in the bottom, and there is like some gaps in the side of the interior of the well. You don't see Ragda, but he could very well be concealed by one of these holes in the wall. The water is scummy, pitch black. The lip on the walls of the cistern are lined with bricks.
So I'm going to drop my dinosaur, and I'm going to toss a rope, grab a rope off my pack, and toss it down the well.
Okay, you toss it down the well, and Magda calls out, "Oh, damn it! I can't reach it! You're gonna have to climb down here."
Huh.
And your rage wears off now as well, Toru.
Yep.
Alright, the golem is insane. It just starts going berserk. And it just starts trying to slam into the still defender, flailing its arms wildly at disadvantage. It bashes a fist into the still defender, hitting it for 16 bludgeoning damage. And it just starts dismantling. It rips off some of its plates and it bashes Sanic for another 12. 28 damage in total. And then it kind of gets over the fire at the end of its turn. But it's very, like, the head is like unhinged. Millhouse.
More fire. What if we tried more fire?
It's really starting to slow down now. Its arms hang loosely on its side and it's smoldering. And this thing just does not want to go down.
And still defender. And I'll have it use repair.
Okay. A couple of sparks buzz out of it. And one of the plates that fell on the ground kind of almost magnetically snap back onto it. Jasmine.
Yeah, I'll move to there and take a couple of shots.
That's a hit. The arrow hits it in its eye. And then the head just falls off completely. And then the body collapses into a jumbled pile on the ground. You got it.
Oh, well,
She's not in there.
Just, there's it.
Yep, that's it. There's no sign of Nanny Poo Poo. She's somehow managed to just magically vanish.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic as a spell.
She somehow managed to supernaturally vanish. I'm joking. I'll let you know if she shows up with a Detect Magic. Alright, let me calculate experience for the Flesh Golem. That's going to be 275 experience points. Okay, so you immediately cast Detect Magic. And you can detect magic, Millhouse, and it's right next to you. Like, literally, like, right next to you. A source of magic. So you feel it immediately when the spell goes up.
I'm just gonna start flailing. Wait, what kind of magic is it? That should ask.
Alright, you zone in to try and learn its school of magic, and it's illusion magic.
Right, I'm just gonna start blasting. By that I mean I'm gonna start just flailing around there and yell out illusion magic as I start flailing.
Alright, you start flailing about and a hand catches your arm. And an invisible hand. And you hear Nanny Poo Poo's voice kind of whisper in your ear. I'll get a taste of you yet. And you feel this like extremely rough flesh. It's almost like sandpaper. And then you take a look and there's a lick of blood on your dagger. And then you feel like the the magic side kind of move away from you, like she's run off to the east.
Do I get a chance to react to that while she's holding me?
Depends on what you're doing.
I want to cast Fairy Fire.
Nice.
All right, I'll roll initiative.
Good instincts, Millhouse.
So everyone, like, this, obviously she's invisible, but it's not just like the way invisibility usually works where you know their location. You actually can't even tell her location, so you have to guess. Millhouse, you can tell because you've got the magic on. You can tell everyone where she is. Other than that, you'll have to tell me the square you want to attack, blah blah blah.
I hope my wild flailing and exclamation of illusion magic indicated she's in the square next to me.
You got a lick of blood on your dagger. You caught her with the dagger when you swung. Let me just...
I doubt it makes a difference, but does the fact it's a silver dagger do anything?
You got a lick of blood on the dagger. You know, you didn't. There was no like hiss or anything from like silver burning into someone's flesh being super effective or anything like that. It doesn't say your attack was super effective. Alright, so alright, Millhouse, you get that lick of blood on your dagger, you tell everyone that she's here, you go to cast Fairy Fire, and with that, everyone can react, starting with Turek.
I think Turek would.
Turek! Oh, get me out of here! Ah, slimy. I hate slime. You know that I hate slime, right?
I would hand the rope to Orion and start climbing down the pit.
Okay.
Oh boy, alright.
You can take the rope, Orion, and you descend. Turek, make an athletics check. It's about a 15-foot drop to the scummy black water below. It'll cost you 30 feet to reach the surface of the water. Alright, you easily descend. So you've moved down 15 feet, and the well itself is only about 6 feet in diameter, but it immediately opens up to a 15-foot diameter cistern, so a large pool of water. And now you can clearly see around the gaps in the walls, and there's nowhere for anyone to stand here. And you definitely don't see Ragda, and you're not sure how deep the water is. It's so murky that it just looks like a plain of black.
Any red balloons?
And he couldn't be under the water. You hear a voice.
Hey, Turek,
He's talking.
wanna float?
No, if he was underwater, obviously his voice, like, he's not going to be able to talk, so he's not down here.
Alright, I climb back out. Do I need another athletics check?
No, with a dash, you'll get back up your 30 feet, and 30 feet of movement, and you'll be back up the top.
He no dare.
Help
It's
me,
a trick.
Turek! It's Jimmy! I'm stuck down the well.
You're a bastard, Seb.
Petra.
Going off the information that she was in the square in front of
Yeah, that's what Millhouse says, that she's there.
I will try to cast Lightning Bolt to hit hit her square, but without hitting the others.
Yeah, you can do that. Alright, you send a lightning bolt screeching in that way, and it cuts through some of the jungle foliage. It basically just burns a lion all the way on the ground, and the lightning bolt crackles out to reach about 100 feet off the edge of Mbala. And in the process of that, if I can actually click things properly, she'll make a dexterity save because you hit her. I'm just going to keep this hidden because thematically it makes more sense for you guys not to know exactly what's happening with her special invisibility. Alright, for a brief moment, you see a vague outline of her in that space as the lightning arcs dance around her.
Which space is that?
And then she becomes visible. Ah! But she doesn't look like Nanny Poo Poo. She looks like this. A green-skinned witch with a warty nose and truly horrendous appearance. She's a green hag.
This sudden but inevitable betrayal.
And then she mocks you. Help me! Help me, Orion! Help me! Speaking accurately in Ragdar's voice. I love you, Orion. You could have saved me, Orion. You left me on the cliffside to die.
And now you must pay. But first I'll take a bite of this one.
And as she's exposed, she's on initiative count 15. So she goes next. And she's wants Millhouse, so she just tries to like grab him with these claws.
Come here, you tasty snuck.
Alright. You don't even have to think about it. The shield just kicks in.
I'm not getting touched.
The shield...
Bad touch much?
It instinctively deflects the claws. You don't even think about it, Millhouse. It just happens. Alright, Orion.
I'll move. Sorry, I'm kind of... Sorry, my map is freaking out on me.
Use the, click your token and use the arrow keys. And then after your turn, when your turn's done, reload your page. Sometimes the map spazzes out like that.
Gotcha. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And then I'll rage as bonus action because I assume it's gone down because we left initiative.
Yeah, it would have.
And I will grow my claws. And I will recklessly attack her 3 times in the back.
What's the matter, Orion?
You killed Ragda!
And now I'm gonna kill your little gnome friend. He'll make a fine ingredient for my stew!
And, that hits. You slash her and your claw cuts through her flesh. 14 misses. This time, she just catches your arm with extreme strength. She's way stronger than you as well. You try to claw at her again wildly, and you miss.
Well, that was reckless. So.
Oh, were you reckless?
Yeah, I definitely said it.
Okay.
Yeah, he said it in the beginning
Sorry, I
of his
missed it.
attack.
Alright, that third one hits her. And you claw her, and she's looking a little bit injured. Alright, I'll take Steel Defender out of the initiative. Goes on Millhouse's turn. Jasmine.
I'll just stab her twice with my short sword.
You've got Hunter's Mark up as well, so you can actually transfer it to her if you'd like. It doesn't cost you any extra spell slot, but if you kill a creature, then you can mark a new target. And a 14 is a miss. She's very strong. She just blocks the blade with her arm. That hits her. As she blocks, you quickly draw the sword back and go underneath her defense, stabbing her in her ribs. Ah! She cries out in pain. You've got a. Don't forget, you've got a another attack. First turn of combat, you get Gloom Stalker attack.
Yeah. I'll quickly do that before that.
Natural one is a miss. She kind of pushes you back and you stumble backwards. Alright, Millhouse, you're going to cast Fairy Fire, but before you get that off, she's already been exposed from Petra's lightning bolt hitting her. Your shield drops.
I'm going to cast Branding Smite. Well, I hope it hits.
Okay.
Why doesn't that output the spell card?
It just wants to annoy you. It just hates you. And it's a crit. Roll another 2d6 radiant damage. Your dagger just explodes with the searing radiant energy.
Do you mean 4?
26.
26. Do you mean a 2d4?
2.
If that's what a dagger is?
No, for the branding smite, it gets doubled because it's a crit. And it's an attack roll. So you got another 2d6 from the radiant damage.
It didn't output it, but she also can't become invisible
Okay.
until the spell ends.
Alright, with the branding smite, you've got like basically an aura of radiant energy surrounding her, so she can't try and go invisible and run again. Good move. So yeah, she sheds a little bit of light as well, but it's daylight anyway. Alright, Doggo comes over, but it's a miss. She just grabs the steel fender and picks it up and throws it on the ground, like lifts the whole thing up easily. Avon.
Okay. Which weapon bonus to attack?
It's a miss.
Ooh. Yeah. I'm going to Sacred Flamer. How?
As you Sacred Flamer, she calls out in the voice of Zindra Moonbow. Avon, please help me. This old lady has taken us in, but I think she's poisoned us. I can't feel my legs anymore. Where am I? She mocks you, mimicking the elf's voice, like it was her final words, as if she was the one that poisoned them and fed them to the terrafolk. Ah! She cries out as the sacred flame burns her away. She just seems to be having a good time tormenting everyone, though. Yazo.
Okay, I'm gonna give her a old stab.
What a gangbang.
And alright, you must have got pissed off when you heard her mimic Zindra Moonbow, because you run over and shove the rapier into her mouth. The blade bursts out the back of her head, and then poof, her whole entire face catches on fire, and she screams. Ah! And she kind of, her body twists and contorts, and she starts to turn into like a green slush, and she describes her death to you all. I'm melting! Oh, I'm melting! Oh!
Oh, flick it, Orion.
Oh, this world sucks! Ah! What a world! And she's dead. she gets in one what a world before she dies.
And the Emmy goes too.
What a world! What a world!
And I say to myself,
I mean,
what a wonderful world.
flying monkeys, hag. I mean, come on. If that doesn't
Sure.
scream Wizard of Oz.
Had to.
I guess the only silver lining we can really take from this is that Orion no longer has any obstacle to marrying that princess. Now that his first love is dead.
Wait, Ragdar's not dead. He's only
No,
he's
what?
only decapitated.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, only decapitated, yeah.
sure. He can
Serious?
still-
How
The
how
head.
is the headless
Hey! Oh shit! What happened? And Ragdar's head starts talking.
Oh my god.
how is headless no, never mind.
Jasmine just looks down at the head in shock.
What happened? I was being attacked by some sort of monster. Wait, what the fuck? Where's my body?
Just grow it back. It grows back, don't worry. It'll grow back.
Ah! What has happened to me? And his head looks kind of zombified. And you remember Nanny Poo Poo saying she had some sort of ritual to bring back the dead.
Apparently, you had a sexual encounter with a hag, and now you're just a head.
Oh, shit. What the fuck? How is this possible?
Ragda, do you believe in any gods?
He rolls over to you, Orion. Rolls his head over. Gods? Huh. Why would I believe in any gods? I had no reason to ever believe in them. Did they help me when I fought in the gladiatorial arena of Chult? No! Did they help me when I was a slave picked as a child? No! Did they help me rise to glory so I could meet you and become a free man? No. So the answer to your question, Orion, is no.
You've lived a life of honor and glory. Is there a way you would like your body to be buried?
I don't know. Cremation, Viking funeral. They do that up in the north somewhere. Those people are hard. Yeah, I want to go like that.
So we need a
Do you have my body?
We have pieces of it, I think.
Kirk produces flame
Well-
and he's holding a ball of fire.
It might be in the well. His body.
You burn Ragnar?
No, I'm just holding it up. I'm
Oh.
just holding it.
Yeah, I don't know where it is. Listen, I was sleeping. A noise woke me up. And I was faced with this horrendous golem, and I took my spear and I stabbed it as hard as I could, and that fucker just wouldn't go down, and I don't know how it's possible, but it bested me. It just, I couldn't damage it, and then the next minute I just woke up like this. I should have quit while I was ahead, hey?
Okay, no.
He starts
He's taking this pretty well.
it's his head, like it's definitely kind of undead. It's like flesh is kind of,
At least he's keeping his head in the situation.
but yeah, it's like it's Ragnar. What can you say? It's still him. He's just nothing more than a head now.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. Before it wasn't the hag tricking us. It was Ragda. He was just disembodied.
No, that was definitely her. I literally just came into consciousness
Of
now.
ourselves.
Can I just point out, how did Ragnar come back?
The hag had a special ability that ignored the death curse, but
Yeah,
she's
but-
not really bringing it back to life. She's making him.
Yeah, he's obviously an undead now. Nanny Poo Poo. Alright, when you guys examine her actual body with no illusion magic, she has a holy symbol made of bone around her neck. And anyone who is interested, who wants to inspect that can make a religion check. It's basically it's like the skull that she had around her neck. Petra, you're not really sure. Skull god is what you come up with. Some sort of evil necromancer god. Everyone's kind of stumped. But Millhouse and Yazo, you guys recognize what the skull is. It's Merkel, the Lord of Bones, the Lord of the Dead, the Reaper, an evil deity that has had quite a presence in Faerun. And he was originally a mortal man. He's a necromancer. He's dead now, and he's become a god because he's been worshipped. So, obviously she's a necromancer, and she's, as one final trick, Nanny Poo Poo has somehow done some sort of dark ritual. So technically he hasn't been brought back from the dead, but he's undying. He's undead. And he's just a head now.
Do you shrunken head?
You know, there's something else. There's like a glow coming from behind Ragda's eyes. Like there's something powering this magic. And there's like actually a stitch in the center of his forehead. Like something has been embedded into his forehead.
Ragda, here's a question for you. How do you feel about being just a head, an undead head? Are you okay with that?
Listen, Orion, I am bound to you by honor. Whether I'm a head, whether I'm more than a head, that hasn't changed. Nothing has changed. Except for the fact that you'll have to carry me around everywhere you go.
Sure. I'll get out some rope and start tying Ragda's head to my belt, God of War style.
Okay. Alright, you how are you like threading? Are you like gonna like thread the rope?
You know how like in some like Mesopotamian cultures they would like kind of net rope around like jars in order to carry them?
Okay.
I'll do that around his head and then tie it to my belt.
Alright.
So, similar to a noose.
What the fuck, Orion? Why am I so close to your crutch? I don't agree with this.
I'll move you around to the back. Hold up.
Oh, that's better.
What? Have you even showered once in these 44 days?
I haven't showered once in my life.
Kill me! Kill me now!
Too late.
You should check the hag's quarters.
Alright, so Rapier is still with the party, and there can be a head attached to Orion's belt. That's perfect.
I say we check the well because she mentioned something about a treasure and a satyr.
It's told us to stay out.
Yeah, well, so the well, from what Turi can tell you, it's just like a short drop down about 5 feet, and then it opens up into like a large underwater cave, which is 15 feet in diameter, and another 10 feet down you've got some scummy black water.
I jump in.
Alright. Ragda starts. Oh shit, actually I don't even need to breathe, he says. You can hear his kind of voice in the water. And you're able to swim very easily, Orion. You jump in, you splash, and it's pitch black. You're just wading on top of the surface of the water at the moment. You look around, the walls are lined with bricks, and the walls are very slimy and covered with all sorts of crap.
Can I tell how deep the water is?
You can dive down, if you like.
I'll do that.
Alright, you hold your breath and you dive. And you swim, and you swim, and you swim, and you swim, and it's deep! It's 40 feet deep. You touch the bottom. The bottom is lined with mud. squishy.
Anything? Any treasure? Or anything hidden down here?
Oh, you can't see. You're blind. It is pitch black with this murky water. And you'd have to make an investigation check. Alright, you scour the bottom of the cistern, Orion. You just cut your hand on some glass and find some mud and all sorts and bones. There's heaps of bones, and other than that, just junk. Discarded waste.
I do have dark vision. Is it just like I can't see because of all the silt and crap down here?
Yeah, the water is so murky. It's heavily obscured. The water is pitch black. You're
I'll
effectively
swim up for air.
blinded.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna pick up nearest rock, cast light on it, and drop it down.
Please.
Alright, the light, it basically disappears when it goes underwater. You can vaguely see like maybe a quarter an inch of the glowing light, but the water is like, it's like someone's dyed it black. That's how black it is.
Almost like the magical darkness that can't see with dark vision.
Oh, Millhouse, can Millhouse see anything magical down there? If he still has detect magic up?
No, that went down for the Watsy bun. I can cast it as a ritual if you want.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now that I have it prepared. Alright, I'll do that.
Alright, 10 minutes goes by and you've got detect magic up. It's got a range of 30 feet. You'd have to be... you have to go for a dip mill house. You'd probably want to take your armor off as well, or you risk sinking.
Yeah. I'll do that. I'll take my
Anybody
armor.
who's searching,
All right.
the one who's searching down there. let me know.
Millhouse strips down and you want to jump in? It's not that far. Well, I mean, it's pretty far, I guess. 15-foot drop.
I won't be able to climb back up, so I need somebody with rope.
I'm thinking about that now. I'm kind of down here without a way to get back up.
I have rope.
I'll carry you up.
All right.
Ragnar.
So I'm gonna not be as stupid as Orion. I'm actually gonna have a way to get back out.
Yeah, I have rope, so people up here can help me pull you guys out.
Well, you should probably tie it to something, just in case more terrafolk or something arrive and you get distracted.
Yeah,
Should
there
be plenty of ruins around here to tie it around.
There's places to tie it around.
I call Yazo because he's better at tying rope than I am. I believe.
You don't need the rope to get down, so we can jump down Millhouse. It's like just jumping into a pool of filthy black scum-infested water.
I could just dump the dog in there and he can look around for me. He won't have detect magic. But he doesn't need to breathe as a counter to that.
Yeah, but how would you get him out is, I guess, the other question.
I'll just make a new one. That's okay. But I'll jump in.
Alright, you splash in and you detect magic pretty much straight away, Millhouse.
It's better be worth it already.
It's underwater and it's about 20 feet under the water to the side of the west side of the cistern. Do you want to follow it?
I want to bring Orion with me as I go follow it.
Okay, he grabs.
Still defender. You're coming down with me too.
He is going to sink. Okay. He jumps in, and he sinks all the way to the bottom. But the magic is like 20 feet. Like the water's 40 feet deep, and the magic's only 20 feet down. So now,
yeah, just in case.
Oh yeah, you have him stand by. All right, so you follow the source of the magic, and you're still blind. So I need you to make a dexterity check to feel around with your hands, with advantage because you're being guided by your detect magic. All right, you feel around with your hands, and you easily find a very narrow tunnel. It's not that big. You can fit in there easily, Millhouse. Orion would be squeezing, And obviously you're holding your breath, so you're doing this quickly. And you follow the tunnel, and it leads you to a very cramped, flooded chamber. And in the chamber you feel something very fleshy. It's like a sack.
Ew.
Flesh sack.
Grab it.
Ragnar chuckles. And
Am I still underwater in here?
Yeah, it's flooded, completely flooded. Alright, you grab the flesh sack. You've already touched it, so...
Alright. And the flesh sack is what's putting out the magic?
Yeah, there's magic in the flesh sack.
Alright, I'll drag the flesh sack.
Alright, it's actually tied to the wall, so you have to get that dagger or something and cut it. You take the flesh sack and... Alright, you've found the magic, and you guys can help Millhouse and Orion out. You don't need any ability check. Right, you're completely soaked and you're filthy, and you probably feel like you risk like the water is so disgusting that you're risking getting a disease. So I need both of you to make Constitution saving throws. This water is absolutely foul. You're just covered in like mud, and the mud, it feels like it's basically black because of dead bodies that have been dumped down there. You guys are okay. You won't know anyway if you're diseased until the next day. Alright, finally, does someone have prestidigitation or something? For Millhouse and Orion, they're just covered with mud, basically.
I do not.
I stand right next to Petra and shake like a dog.
Alright, well, you guys are going to want to clean yourselves up. Well, Millhouse is going to want to clean himself up. Radger is just like coughing. I may not need food, but I can still taste. It literally tastes like she was taking a dump down there.
She probably was.
Yeah.
Alright, you and the sack, it looks like it's made of stitched together human skin, much like the flesh golem. And it's completely stitched up, so you have to cut it open. And inside there are 6 onyx gemstones, a spell scroll, which is letting off the magic, and 10 adamantine ingots stamped with dwarven runes.
Do I know the runes?
I know Dwarvish as well.
Yeah, it's a stylized H. And you can make a history check to see if you know who has made these.
Can I as well? I also speak Dwarvish.
Yeah. You guys take a look and see if it rings a bell. Alright, Millhouse, this is a long shot. But this H, you believe it might stand for Harakma, the ancient dwarven forge, said to belong to the albino dwarves, a sacred place in the eyes of Moradin, a mine in Chult. And you heard the stories of Hugh Hackenstone and Musharib wanting to actually reclaim these forges or something, these mines that were taken from them. So you believe that these adamantine ingots are stamped with the runes of Harakma.
Are you keeping all this stuff, Orion? Putting it in a bag somewhere?
I'll post that, and you can figure out. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I got a bag of holes.
I was gonna put it in the party loot, but I figure Orion's holding it.
Oh, that's right. Millhouse has got a bag of holding.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on that character sheet for her.
Oh, you can just use the party loot.
Oh, you want a character sheet?
From like last campaign?
Yeah,
just so if the bag ever gets lost, I don't have to sort through. Okay, this was probably in it.
Yeah, I can make it into a character sheet for you. Alright, so I've posted that stuff. The gemstones are 50 GP each. The spell scroll is comprehend languages. Very useful. And the adamantine ingots are worth 10 GP each. Of course, if you could have access to a forge and someone is proficient in smith's tools, then you could forge something out of those ingots. Armor, weapon, something like that.
We do have one magical scroll I don't think we ever identified. I'm not sure if we were able to identify it during the...
Alright,
It's a mystery scroll now.
do you remember where you got it from?
No, it's in the party loot though. It just
I'm
says magic scroll.
I'm gonna guess either we got it from the frog, because the only places we could have gotten it was in the frogs or when we killed the Medusa, or that area.
Thank you.
I have a spell scroll of commune with nature. Maybe that's it.
I'll check spell scrolls and see if something pops up. Spell scroll. You know what? I wouldn't have a clue what it is. You sure it hasn't been identified?
I'm not sure if it's been identified. It's just in the party.
Yeah, I have a spell scroll of commune with nature in my inventory. I'm gonna guess that's it.
Probably. Yeah. Usually you'd be able to identify the scroll straight away, so I'll tell you. Alright, well, with that, we're going to pretty much wrap it up here for today's session. But even Radgar didn't die. Really, technically. He's still with you guys. And alright, we'll start off next session at the same day, and you guys can head out from Mbala, make your way towards Orolunga, and hopefully get some answers as to where the source of the death curse is. I'll see you guys next week.
Later, Seth.
See you next week.
Yeah.
Later.
I'm good. Nice.
Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining as well, guys. And let me know if you have any questions about anything. I'll see you next time.
Yeah.